Okay, chat. That's the perfect transition. Slide right in to Fail Portrayal. Let's notify the Discord. We are live for real. Switch it. A little softer than the radio episode. I'm be able to hear myself think. But we're here. It's Fail Portrayal. Hopefully everyone enjoyed our little Master Duel divestiture yesterday to fill some time. But it's Fail Portrayal proper. Means we'll be doing Salomon Great. I'm reasonably certain that's what I said the next one would be. And if I didn't, well, it is. Too bad. But, as usual, let's... Well, not usual, but you know what I mean, chat. Let's start the stream with a little bit of a... Sorry, suddenly cough suddenly grabbed me. A little bit of a preambulus. Okay, should we switch? Why that took it a second. Here, I'll hide the text out there. Let's talk about some support. Because I feel like we don't do that as much often. As someone say in the business chat, new cards, PogChamp. Pog obviously stands for Pot of Greed. But yeah, I think this is all from Burst Protocol. B-Pro, that's right. Sorry. Ugh. I still have a little bit of a stiff shoulder, if you were watching yesterday, so let me adjust my posture. Supportably. So, number one.
I forgot I had that.
Oh, ding. Ding dong. Bing bong. You've entered the scene.
Yeah, apologies for that. I need to disable that.
Yeah. For the moment, I wave it off.
Yeah, let me find that and disable that before I forget, because I will.
It happens, yes, I absolutely understand. This is why I normally have all that stuff beautified.
Right.
But yeah, we're talking a little bit about support. We're announcing a whole bunch of new Burst Protocol stuff. And, you know, it's 2025, which I guess it means it's time for, 2022 and 2023 decks to get support. Finally. So, yes, first, recently, they announced new Rescue Ace support. Fire has paid for its sins, so they can be good again, even though I'm pretty sure Rescue Ace was, like, the third or fourth best deck in the Year of Fire.
Yeah, it really wasn't the premiere. It was just very consistent.
Yeah, it was a pretty strong, consistent deck. It had a pretty... obviously, I think some of you, depending on what decks you're playing out there, chat, you might find the idea that Hydrant can, like, set 4 back row that can be activated, at, instantly is a little annoying. Just play more Feather Duster and more Lightning Storm. 5-head, duh. Actually, I'm pretty sure one of those spells is Prevent Destruction, but anyway, it's still... You gotta play back row interaction, chat. It's one of the rules. You have to care about the battle phase. You have to care about back row. If you say, no, I don't need to, Konami will keep printing archetypes that make you care about the battle phase and about back row.
Look, if you don't want them to react to your back row removal, just play Night Beam. Stop talking trash about Night Beam.
Just play the new MST archetype. MST negates.
It negates it. Yeah, it negates it now.
But yeah, so we've got 2 new Rescue Ace cards. Number 1 is Quick Attacker. Actually, how does this look if I push the punch of the image preview? A little big, but yeah, you can see him in detail there. So Fast Attacker is a guy in a wheelie armor.
He's got his rescue hero mech, you know?
Yeah. And the new Link monster is literally just what's his face? Turbulence is the biggest one. It's just Turbulence but black.
Yeah.
I mean, we did joke when we did do this archetype, because this was a deck build pack. We talked about Rescue Ace. We did joke that it feels like a very gimmicky, like, tokusatsu series, you know. So, of course, we just recolored the prop or the CG model black for the new, you know, the new upgrade. Duh.
And yeah, like you give it a new coat of paint, and it's cooler. It's like the Warhammer orcs.
So
painted red so it goes faster.
Yeah. I don't actually remember. I think there is a rule for black paint, but I don't remember what it is. We don't need to get into it. This is not the 40k Portrayal. Rescue Ace, Quick Attacker, Level 3 Fire Warrior, 14/14. You can only use the first and second effects once per turn. Shuffle one of the Rescue Ace card from your hand or face-up field into the deck. Special summon this card from your hand. Tribute this card. You can't special summon for the extra except for fire. Add a Rescue Ace from your deck to your hand. Then, if only your opponent controls a monster, special summon the added monster. I do not remember enough about Rescue Ace to formulate if that's good or not, but I guess that means you can shuffle back Garnets that you want in the deck to search or summon later and summon a guy. That's probably good.
I would assume... I mean, yeah, because some... It is a way to refresh, like, any of your clogged... back row you want to set from deck. So yeah, I mean, like it's a little finicky, and actually
the second effect is like, I'm not sure exactly what that's for, but that does feel like a way to like get around interaction. And I do believe Rescue Ace is one of those decks that's got like a couple of hand trappable choke points.
Contribute this card. Firelock you.
Add a Rescue Ace, and then if your opponent controls, if only your opponent controls a monster, so you have nobody left on board, you can special summon the added monster.
Yeah, which can get you. Oh god, I forget the names now, but it can just get you to starter to fire up. So like, sure, like, wait, what are the materials for it?
Oh, no, that's Quick Attacker. That's the level 3. Rescue Ace Arbitrator. The new guy is a Link 4 Fire Machine, 3k attack.
Oh, yeah, no, okay, I was thinking
it's
this
just
was
2+ fire.
No, for this being a main deck guy, yeah, this is fine. Because, like you can get this guy out. Like, God, if you just... If this is your normal, this is just like a mini mulligan for your deck, which I think is solid.
Well, and also I do want to say...
you're normal, but...
I'm pretty sure Rescue Ace didn't have any extra deck monsters before this, or maybe did they add like a Link like 2 or 3 later? I don't remember.
Where they
but they were not a heavy extra deck strategy. So now that you are presumably a heavy extra deck strategy, they've realized that wait, everybody just used Rescue Ace to spam 9 million materials for links and synchros. I guess we got to give them their own links. So hey, here's a Link 4 to make while you're fire locked that is hopefully better than Amblo Whale. Yes, Rescue Ace Arbitrator. No extra deck at all? Well, listen.
Yeah, I guess they didn't.
Chat, I want to go to bat. I appreciate when decks stick to being main deck only. Rescue Ace was far more annoying for being a main deck only archetype. Genuinely, I think they probably needed some fucking cards in the extra deck so you could play less fire stuff. I won't call it Fire Slop because we weren't calling it Fire Slop back in the day. You were just playing Diabell Star and Fire Stuff Turbo. Rescue Ace Snake Eyes.
Bell Star, Bonfire, sometime Rekindling has fallen out of favor because they've kind of like stopped sticking to that archetype in fire, but which I honestly as much as we complain about it, it probably is for the best because Rekindling just being a soul charge is crazy.
Yeah, no, that should be
no limit
reserved for certain decks, perhaps decks that are already bad. It's basically the mentality behind Genesis. Well, if your deck is not really meta relevant, you can save some point cap and can play some more bullshit cards. But yes, the new link for Arbitrator is, as we said before, it's 2+ fire monsters, so it's a link 4 that says 2+. It's so designed to just fit into the link climbing bullshit you already did. Promethean Princess plus 1 guy. There you are. You've done it. You can only special summon Arbitrator once per turn. You can only use its second effect twice per turn. If this card is link summoned, add a Hydrant or an HQ from your deck to your hand. So this is the link 4 that searches the field spell. Also, if you activate a Rescue Ace Quick Play or Normal Trap, target a card on your opponent's field, destroy it. You get to do that twice per turn. So, yeah, honestly, again, I don't remember a lot about the Rescue Ace loop because it has been so... First of all, it was, shotgun to hell because Konami went... okay, so we've got Rescue Ace Snake Eyes, right? So we've got two powerful bits that go together. What should we hit first? Well, we're going to hit the Rescue Ace because there's going to... this Dia Bellstar chick is our hot new mascot. So we need her and her cards to be around for 6 more months. So they, took Rescue Ace out back and shot it.
Yep.
Yes. So I think they were hit early on the ban list unnecessarily. And it's been 2 years even then. But Arbitrator reads pretty good. It basically means that if all you have is just 4 doofuses you can special summon in your opening hand, you can make the link 4 going first and add your field spell or Hydrant, which are vital to make your combo work. And then also it gives you much more interactivity on your turn because it basically gives you basically how Lab works, the Labyrinth field spell. It's just now when you activate a quick play or a normal trap, you also get a pop. So that's probably all right. It's probably okay.
The main loop of Rescue Ace basically being your all your back row are just if I'm remembering right, they're various pieces of protection removal. They have a very vibrant back row suite because you're built around setting 4. So yeah. As long as you can just I mean, I can see the intent is oh, you set 4 so you can get two on your turn and 2 on your opponent's turn.
Yeah.
Which I see as the ideal concept.
It basically turns what's it Extinguish is the one that's pop 1, and then if you control Hydrant, negate that monster for the rest of the turn. Is that means it's a pop 2.
It's a pop 2 plus negate. There's a lot of floating bits can allow this to be it suddenly you're playing Hero to Perfection now on the board without the negates, just you're just going, I'm just now all of my quick play spells on top of being what they are just removal spells on top of the ones that are removal spells.
They have stuff like Contain, for instance, is imperm, basically target an effect monster. It's negated. Also, it can't attack, so it's very
and I can pop it and it's and the fact that the targeting is separate from the targeting of the spell or trap means you can deal with multiple problems, and just you're being able to put out multiple fires at once. You're going, yes. Oh god, all these problems on the board. I need to just get rid of all of this.
Also, honestly, I think this was like one of the less played cards. It was one of the ones they added later, but they added Reinforce, right, which is the normal trap that is target a rescue ace. It gains 1500 attack and defense, is unaffected by monster effects, and the next time it would be destroyed by battle, it isn't. So now that you've got a second 3k big Bungulies, you can both be like, my guy is unaffected and can't be destroyed by battle once and is now 4500, and also he pops 1. Like, that's just, you have a lot more security in basically, like, you can invest into a big guy and guarantee that he's probably going to stay around and, you know, just chill. So, yes, this is, I mean, it's only 2 cards, so it's probably not going to, like, save the deck, but it may mean that people can start cooking with some Rescue Ace brews again. Now, the cards that probably are good, it's okay, we're doing the preamble. We're talking about new support. The other one, this was announced earlier. Cards? Yes. Now you get to talk about the lesbian cards. Because, hey, guess what, kids? Like I said, decks from like 3 years ago. Exorcister's getting support.
Go.
I've been so loopy these last few days. I've been doing the new infection. It was great.
Yeah,
I saw people reacting to new cards with Doug, and I'm like, oh, I guess it's Altergeists. And I look at these cards, and for like a full minute, I'm like, these are like Altergeist cards that are. I'm like I have no fun. I have no clue what style they're going for. Oh my god, they're actually sisters. I'm stupid. Like I just had this like 60s like full minute of just like, how are these Altergeist cards? I don't get it.
Mental fucking you know, record skip.
Yeah.
I have to re-ask, but this was like the mentor character come back as like the Harbinger of Evil, right? Or
I believe this is Martha's Xyz form, so yeah, she's like powered up, but she's, well, a fallen angel. I was gonna say she's not a devil, she's a fallen angel because she's a dark fairy. Spoilers. But yes, I believe it is.
I think that's just weird considering how like things they fight are like giant necro golems.
Well, we don't really know that much where they fight.
Yeah.
Give me a really good translation.
All the lore says about Exorcisters that they fight demons.
We do see like a
demons.
We see like a nebulous goo guy out there, but I mean the seeing Carmyle, spoilers is the name.
Yeah.
That's like the clearest look we've had at what they actually oppose.
It's generic evil miasma.
Yeah, definitely.
It is interesting that they all kind of have like spears or lances though. But yeah, so
No lance of largeness or whatever.
We're cruising in for some new Exorcisters. The new Xyz is Exorcister Carmyle. I don't remember which angel that is, but she's a rank 4.
Samael.
She is a rank 4 dark fairy. 2600 attack, 1800 defense, so pretty good stats for a rank 4. But thank God they did do this, by the way, because even with like I think every single Ryziel named to 1 rank 4 turbo is just still so strong.
Oh, right. Samael is also technically Satan. Like
yes.
in some senses, Samael might be Satan, so that makes sense. That makes sense as the betrayer, because he was an archangel, like a fallen archangel. So makes sense.
We're making interpretations here, but yeah. So what I was saying was Carmyle here is 2 level 4 Exorcisters specifically. This is the first one that is archetype locked. All of the other ones have been generic, except for like I think 1 or 2 might be requiring Exorcisters, but that might also be the ones that like rank up themselves. This is the first 4 that's just like straight up like, yeah, you need 2 Exorcisters for this. This does hurt the engine in that now you can't use your spirit engine for this, which is they've printed like another Sakitama.
Wait, there's more Tamas?
Never escape.
I don't remember if it was another Tama, but they printed another spirit monster that basically does the same thing Sakitama does. So like they're even more of a fucking rank 4 engine. But again, they've learned their lesson. Yeah.
I need that.
Might be Chamayo.
Experience.
But anyway. So, first and second effect are once per turn. If this card succeeds summoned, activate this effect during your end phase. Set an Exorcist or Spell Trap from your deck, graveyard, or banishment. So now you don't need to worry about clogging up your hand or deck or grave with your traps. You can move them directly there from anywhere. When your opponent activates a normal Spell Trap card or a monster effect, detach all material from this card. If you do, that effect becomes add one card from your opponent's graveyard to their hand. So, if you don't know how this works, chat, your opponent in this case means you, the controller of Carmiel. So your opponent is forced to give you a card from your graveyard. Now, that probably means they're going to give you their shittiest card from their graveyard. But they moved it. They moved a card from the graveyards this turn. They did it. They've done it.
Yeah.
Mods, arrest him. Guards, seize him. That's basically how Exorcisters work. So, also, by the way, that is effect changing is also a negate. If it's been a while since you've played with a card that does that effect swapping thing, it is a negate, basically.
It's Dark Deal.
Yeah.
That God season followed by the dog barking was so good.
That was very timely, yes. So this is pretty cool because it gives them yet another searcher. It also is set a trap or spell trap from deck, graveyard, or banishment in the end phase is also like unashable. You can't respond.
I'm bringing it.
And next we have Exorcister Bot Mater. Oh, they're saying it's the Stabat Mater. Okay, I was the translating the rest of that from Latin was nonsense. So this is actually a case where it seems like YG Organization did some research and actually figured something out. Thank you. I appreciate when they seem to be looking stuff up as opposed to just being like, I don't know, man.
The Carmiel.
That one's just they're just like we don't know. You know, it's an infinity.
I mean,
or
like
Swords of Butterfly. It could be Karma. Because her name is Karma plus L.
I mean, yeah, but also like guys, she's a fallen sister. It's Samael. Like it's like I think I appreciate the effort. I think they went too highbrow.
Possibly. We probably won't find out for probably be
a
year or two until they release the next extraordinary book. But Bot Mater is a continuous spell that says you can only use each of its 3 effects, once per turn. When this card resolves, add 2 Exorcists from your deck to your hand, then discard a card. Great. Target a face-up monster you control immediately after this effect resolves. Normal summon an Exorcist are mentioned on it. Also great. If a monster is sent to your opponent's graveyard, even during the damage step, you can make your opponent banish one of them. Also great. All 3 of these, great effects. So you just get to add 2 Exorcisters and then discard a card, so you only go +1 technically, but still, you get 2 searches. That can be great. And also, this actually gives you incentive to kind of play the partnerships. Mr. Doug Zeef joked that it lets you summon the girlfriend. Which again, that I don't know where, like, which anime / manga that came from first, but that is like an anime manga thing.
The answer is yes. It kind of just becomes an undertone in a lot of like.
It's become a weird genre trope in both actual straight up Yuri works and works that are just put on your Yuri goggles. So like I said, I'm sure there is a anime or manga probably from like the 70s or 80s, if not earlier, that like is the first time somebody did that trope, and I just don't know it. But yeah, it's. I would like to reiterate, I didn't make that joke. Doug did. But yeah, all of these are great. So normal summoning an extra Exorcister lets you actually set up the like the combo of summoning the 2 Extra Sisters while you've got a name controlled. And also, while you can only use the effect once per turn, that still means that I think you normal summon like 3 times in this deck. Because you could do the full spirit combo to get an extra normal summon, and then also you can summon off of Bat Mater, and then also I do believe you still get to do your normal summon. That may actually technically be 4 normal summons. I don't know how all the spirits work. It's been a while since I looked at my spirit combos. And then, obviously, yes, the third effect is just good. That just forces your opponent to, you can make your opponent banish one of them. That just is kind of a DD Crow situation, and also just is a way to force your opponent to manipulate their graveyard, which means that, again, what's that? You manipulated your graveyard?
Stop.
Jail.
Cease. Grab it.
1,000 years dungeon.
Cease. Yeah.
Which is, like I said, that's Extra Sister's whole thing. So it's a good combo. It's a good run. And that has been your supporter reporter for the day. So let me grab.
Both these are fun cards. I would hope we get like. Usually, this is a sign of like we could get another like card or 2 in both sides. Also, like we did mention Dark Fairy, so like 6 harkening back to like the Dark Lord theming. There's so I do feel there is like a direct.
Well, they did also. I don't remember all of them, but that was a couple months ago. I'm not even sure. Is that in? Let me actually check if that's in Burst Protocol or that was the previous set. But they also announced a whole shitload of new Dark Lords.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
Burst Protocol. What are the archetypes in Burst Protocol, which is coming out soon? And I've switched back to the main screen while I'm loading this up.
Assault
Let me
mode.
move.
Assault
chat
mode,
back.
Archfiend.
Yeah, that's another
Armed
thing they
Dragon.
actually. I probably should have grabbed that too. But
Oh yeah,
BES.
also that
we-
BES thing.
yeah, they announced a whole shitload of BESs. That one I didn't pull up because I'm pretty sure we haven't done a BES episode.
Yeah, we have not. Including
If
all
there
the
was
mini
ever a
ships.
fail portrayal archetype, we should talk about BES and I guess technically Gradius, related stuff. But like,
Yeah, like just that whole grab bag of like just weird, like just weird spaceship,
yeah.
stuff based out of Gradius.
But yeah, that's just like, man, I don't know, like that BES, the boss rush archetype is one of those archetypes that is absolutely worth like a fail betrayal look. Yeah, no, Burst
Yeah.
Protocol is gonna have the new Dark Lords, Golgata, Jehuti, etc. That's gonna have new BES and Vic Viper stuff, literally Vic Viper type L. There is, interestingly enough, both a blank space after Quick Attacker and a blank space after Tri-Brigade Springen's Kit, which are both main deck
That's
monsters.
interesting. I know in the world release, they're still talking about that slot in for some sort of dinosaur and mad scientist type thing.
Yeah, let's see. We're getting a new Wake Cup.
Wait, I don't think I even like know the wake ups. Oh my
They're
god, these
weird.
are-
They've printed
these
like
are
3 of them, I
adorable.
think.
Yeah, there's only 3 Wake Up Cup, Mocha, Makia, and Errol.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're all like
AKA
weird
Dark Lord.
wind aqua flips.
Yeah, it's all about different things.
They're trying to give flip monsters more support, but in like a weird way. I'll put them in a flip cube, but we'll do another flip cube someday, and I'll put them in there, and then everybody will be like, "Oh my god, this card's great in a cube!" Exactly.
Wind Aqua monsters.
Yeah. Let's see.
They have a 7.
We're doing a new lore archetype. We're doing the 3rd or 4th phase after Archmage and Dooms.
I
There's
think it's like
Elven Notes.
Elven Notes, which is the whole archetype around musical chairs, pretty much.
Yeah, they want to occupy the
Okay.
middle zone. That's right,
That's
we're getting
cute.
new fur hires in this set. That's cool.
Also, the Power Patron.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
every
Power-
Medius archetype has to have a power patron, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the power patrons are like evil things.
Well,
We're
the
getting
Doom's
way
one
into
is
the
definitely
weeds,
evil.
but I
Yeah.
opened up Power Patron. Power Patron, known as Imprisoned God in the OCG.
Yeah.
That's a. Yeah.
So we got like a couple of
shit.
blank slots. We got a blank trap.
Oh yeah. Just
Uh,
currently
da, da,
building
da, da.
the thing.
Yeah, there's like 3 blank slots we probably aren't going to get before the set
Yes.
drops.
That's just the Lord.
Ooh,
So
sorry about that.
there could
Similar of the
be
Nova Notes
like
do
there
look
could be another.
incredible, though.
We could get like a main deck Exorcister, for instance. Like maybe we get. I know Martha. I don't think Martha names a partner, but maybe she has a partner. You know, that could come
Yeah.
back. We could get a new trap. We could also get a new. That means we could get a new trap for Rescue Ace, or they could add like 2 new cards to another deck build archetype type guy. Oh, actually, I should double check what the art of Gung Ho Springans is. Oh, it's a fucking it's an Xyz monster. That's great.
Oh, that's
Here,
cute.
I'll show this on stream.
Yeah.
I will if my paint image.
If
will cooperate.
if I'm here, Fume, it's always an etymology stream.
Yeah.
We always got to be talking about.
I'm the linguistics nerd. I'm a big linguistics nerd.
We always got to be talking about names, and I mean it's usually pretty funny. Spoilers, chat. We won't get to do a lot of that when we actually talk about Salamangreat because guess what? In the OCG, it's just Salamangreato.
Yeah.
I will say
like, we
that,
can-
and all
have a
all
little
of the
fun.
translated names are just that. So it's French is Salamangrande, which is also kind of what Portuguese is, and Spanish.
Salamangrande
Italian is just
is-
Salamanga.
Yeah,
Salamangreat is an incredible name, though. I will say.
No, it's good.
What is
The
German
the
name?
German is very funny though because it's Gross Salamanda.
That's good. That's also good, actually.
Salamander just sounds like the fucking things the teddy bears say in Conquer.
Okay, I just looked at the whole thing with Elven Notes. Their power patron actually corrupted their god or king.
Oof.
Genora's
Does it mean
power
does it mean
patron
the weird
tuning-
owl is evil?
Yeah, the power patron that schemes and plots his resurrection to the material realm.
So wow, it really, God, Konami, you need to start making more video games. This is like the 2nd or 3rd lore archetype they've done. This is literally just a JRPG. You just wander around to different places and punch different power patrons. Anyway,
Give us a
there's
Yu-Gi-Oh game that's just all about this archetype. lore.
they are also. I don't know if it'll do anything. I've read them, but then I immediately forgot what they said. The new assault mode shit is cool. We're getting Crimson Blader assault mode, for instance, shit like that, and some other new support.
Thank-
They're also doing new Magnet Warriors and Magna Warriors.
Oh,
So there's Sigma Plus, Sigma Minus.
okay.
Trying to remember what this-
We're getting
Oh, yeah,
Telustrion, the Magna Warrior,
Uh-huh.
which you get by banishing Sigma Plus and Sigma Minus.
Yeah.
I
think-
I'm
There's
gonna
a
look
new
this up.
fusion, I
I
think?
know for a fact they're going to be Sigma negative and Sigma positive in the OCG. I'm almost certain of that.
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what they're supposed to be. No, they do it. Well, plus is plus.
Oh well,
Oh, minus
I
is
guess
minus.
plus and minus are terms they do use with like plus and
They're
minus and
loan
all
words
that.
because they're just straight up. They're just straight up in English. It's like Sigma plusu, Sigma minusu.
Yeah.
You know. If you wanted to say they were positive or negative, that would technically be more correct about magnets. But we'll see if anybody in the TCG bites and actually calls them, Sigma positive, Sigma negative.
I would assume they can say plus and minus. That's just easier to say.
All right, but so let's talk about Salamangreat. This is another case where we're doing a little crossover. Recently started branching out into some Vrain's archetypes for the first time, partially because, for reasons known only to Johnny Konami, they turned a lot of anime archetypes into structure decks during the Link era. So there were like 3 Code Talker / generic Cybers structure decks and starter decks.
The original Link Strike makes sense, and the Soul Burner deck does make sense because Soul Burner was the beginning of like the new season. So it was the idea of like, oh, we're dumping an entirely new character with his own protagonist deck level of cards that are still cyber, so we're just going to make a check for him.
Yeah, the whole thing was, Soul Burner is that he gains it after gaining the Flame Ignis. Originally, he had the whole Fire Warrior deck.
But the other thing is, there was also Rocket was a structure deck during this time, and I don't know if this was just so that the TCG could like catch up on how many of these frickin' cards were printed, because technically the Soul Burner structure deck is 2019. That is at the tail end of the first, I don't even know if I want to call it wave, because it was like 3 fucking years. But that was the tail end of the initial like in-anime support. And I've just got all those arranged by alphabetical order for like the pre-2020 years, just because Salmon Great, I want to say, kind of unlike Code Talkers standalone, and arguably even standalone Rockets. You've seen Code Talkers, obviously, in the extra deck. We talked when it showed up on stream. Axis Code was like the extra deck boogeyman for 2 or 3 years straight.
There were a lot of Code Talkers like floating around. Rockets were always part of like the generic Dragon Link slot. Salmon Great was its own independent deck.
And to remind everybody, in case you have forgotten, the joke that is in the description of this video, toss that salad. So, TOS format, one of the Link formats that at least everybody remembers, because there were 4-ish, reasonably powerful decks in there. That stands for Thunder Dragon, Orcust, Sky Striker, Salmon Great.
Yup.
So, Salmon Great, salad as it's called.
Yeah, I can say this much about salads. They were sort of the in-between of all the different decks that were of the 4.
Yeah.
But they also sort of failed horribly against Orcust, because the only way they can stop Orcust is through Abyss Roller.
TOS format was very similar to Secret Forces format, where in Secret Forces format you had 3 main decks that were like the top 3 that were like released in that set: the Necros, Ritual Beasts, and Yosenju. And like each deck kind of countered one of the others within that pack. And then there was also like random people playing Rogue, and like Volcanics was getting tops too randomly in that format, because like that was like, at the same time like Volcanics was doing shit, and like Burning Abyss was still Trap BA. But TOS format was like it was those 4 decks and only those 4 decks. That's why it's only referred to as TOS format. Because Colossus would just top everything else.
The other one is just the other name for it, just Eternal format.
And
not die.
It's because TOS took a while because all those the main thing was, I would say, other than Thunder Dragon, which I think Konami released a very solid package to like turn them into a real archetype, right? And then stopped. You could argue maybe some of the stuff they've done with like Nemesis Corridor. Flag's the one you use to search Protoss. Corridor's the one that turns into Colossus instantly. Yep. Other than that, like, they have not really done anything for it. Hey, guess what? Orcust, lore archetype, very popular. Shitloads of cards. So many cards in the cycle to do it. Sky Striker, technically now an anime archetype and also a manga archetype, but it was there because somebody at Konami really likes Rei.
And Rose.
Yes. But Salmon Great,
side piece,
straight up anime deck. So of course there are shitloads of Salmon Greats. Some of which, chat, I'm gonna bet you've probably never heard of. I'm going to show you some
yeah, no,
little animals on fire today, and you're going to be like, huh?
Yeah, the joke is, are
There's
these
gonna
animals
be
on
some
fire?
losers in there.
Also, there's like 13 anime-only cards for Salmon Greats.
Yeah,
so this
actually, I
is just
will
for the
say-
guys in the VC. I
Yeah.
looked up Sky Striker in the gift searcher, and this is what I got.
Oh
Oh,
no.
let's see.
In fact, they even have anime-only. Only that.
Okay. Yeah. For chat,
Yeah.
it is the Metal Gear Rising Raiden punching Armstrong, but it is Sky Strike. It is, I don't remember. I can't tell which Sky Striker that is. Is a Sky Striker punching the Imperial Order man?
Gray.
Is it just
Yeah.
generic Rey? Yeah, I don't think she's put any of her armor on. It's just Rey punching
Yeah.
Imperial Order. Yes. Bup, 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 bup.
Yep.
Starring that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Yes, there is an anime only field spell.
And
And we're starting with
you
the
can
field
put
spell because
that
it's
up.
very important.
Yeah. No.
you can
this
put
image
up
is
the
tiny.
other
I'll-
anime
I'll-
one
I'll-
up too, just
Uh,
for
field-
funsies.
Field
I'll
spells.
make chat them.
Field spells tend to be fairly relevant for archetypes. Salmon Sanctuary is required reading because it does in fact intuit the entire deck strategy.
Yeah,
It
has
allows
also-
them to cheat.
Yeah,
I
it has
said
the first.
Good.
Yeah, it has the first effect, which is does that, but then, yeah, at least for an initial wave, this was how you do your. I just use my material stuff.
so. To comment on something last week, a couple of you weren't in call on this, but I said this previously, which is that I mentioned, or rather, I should say that Rocket may have been the archetypal initiator of the Link one that gets the field spell. I'd have to actually
Yeah.
check when Striker Dragon was printed, if it was before Salomon Great's version of that. But I think that Salad is the other, like, patient zero of that, because they also have the Link one that gets the field spell. The main thing is that Boot Sector launch is cool. It's really good for advantage. Salomon Great's specific thing is what do they actually call it in the anime? Was it Reincarnation Link?
Summoning. Yeah,
Yes.
Reincarnation.
Reincarnation Link Summon. They also have a upgrade form, which is called Super Reincarnation Link Summon, but that's
Yeah, of course
actually
they-
just
of course
a
they did.
dumb naming thing, which is actually
That's
because we
like
used,
when that's like when 5Ds is like, no, this is not a synchro summon. This is a double over XL synchro summon. And
Yeah,
you're just
it's
like,
like-
you're just
like
making
double
shit up,
over
man.
Synchro.
Yeah, but this is actually okay. Go ahead. There's fair.
No, I was just saying the Like it's
Okay,
here's my
but yeah.
double synchro, my 50
Yeah.
different ways to say synchro summon.
Yeah, double tuning over Excel bullshit summon. And then, of course, then the Super Reincarnation Link Summon is nothing like Excel or anything like that. It's just because Soulburn used a quick play spell to Reincarnation Link Summon his Link 4 into a higher Link 4.
Which I think they have
That's all.
at least one quick play that does it. But yeah, he just called it
Oh?
super because it was cool.
I have an update. Balinks was first by a fairly wide margin of 8 months between Striker
Yeah,
Dragon
wow.
and Balinks.
So yeah, so it was Salomon Great was setting the standard. So what the card you've actually played in this game, Salomon Great Sanctuary, does. Not a lot to say about the art. It's a Salomon Great exploding in a volcano. You will see this a lot.
Leo?
It's probably Heat Leo. Heat Leo is the usually seen guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Heat. That's definitely Heat Leo.
But it is a field spell that says, first of all, one, if you link summon a Salomon Great Link monster, you can use one Salomon Great Link monster you control with its same name as its entire material. And this is a thing that the Salomon Great Link monsters will want you to do. They have effects when they are reincarnated linked.
Yeah, nearly every Salmon Great Link that aren't Link ones will have a super effect if you've reincarnated them.
Yeah.
Additionally, during damage calculation, if your monster battles, you can pay 1,000 LP, target a Link monster you control, make its attack 0, gain LP equal to its original attack. You can only use each effect once
Yeah.
per turn.
It's a very finicky
It's-
effect, but it comes in handy for like super
Yeah.
niche scenarios where you have a wide link board and you got a guy you're gonna link off or something. It's weird.
There's that. It's like barely even used in any sort of combos, but I think it's like one of the recent support cards would work really well with this card. I think
Yeah.
it's the quick play one that can either, well, do one or two things depending on the situation.
So, they also have Field Spell 2, which was only in the anime, but it's very funny. So that's Salamangreat Shrine, which appears to be Phoenix exploding in a pillar of fire. Chad, I have sent you to the
Pyro Phoenix.
Salamangreat Shrine. It says Salamangreat monster you control are unaffected by your opponent's fire monster effects. This would have been really good to have in the Year of Fire. And then you can only use each of the following effects once per turn. It has a once per turn. If you link summon a Salamangreat Link monster, you can reincarnate it. You can use one link that you control with the same name. Also, you can reveal Sanctuary in your hand, shuffle your entire hand into the deck, draw the same number of cards, so it just turns Sanctuary in hand into fucking reload.
Milligan, you just like, this is your Milligan, what's this?
Yeah,
Milligan?
it is a mulligan.
Mulligan. Yeah, but I think if it came into the game, I would probably say discard Salamangreat Sanctuary.
Yeah, it's just so you're not keeping the same number of cards. Also,
Oh.
it's really weird. Like, I don't even know. You probably could print it just so it's not anime only, but I don't know if players would necessarily pick it over just playing Sanctuary, because it is
Yeah.
only
They
once per
probably-
turn you can do the.
And you would, it's not
As
really
well.
searchable.
Yeah.
Unless it has a card text underneath this. This counts as Salamangreat Sanctuary.
I mean, they could just give it a line of text that says it counts as Sanctuary while on the field. So you'd have to say on the field, because if it was like in hand, then guess what? You can discard Shrine for Shrine, which would just be weird.
That would be weird.
So,
Ooh,
funnily
yeah.
enough, the way the power of alphabetization works, we're going to start at Salamangreat Beat Bison.
Oh yeah, this guy.
Oh yeah, Beat Bison is for some reason like the super high level Salamangreat. Like
You
he's-
gotta
I've
have
never
a you
made-
gotta have a main deck guy who's big. It's one of the rules. I don't make
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Honestly, looking at this guy, he's pretty cool for a flaming bison.
I would play Beat Bison because like he does have a special summon way, and it's very silly, and like I said, like sometimes you just need a big body in the main deck that like you just want to grab sometimes, you know.
Listen,
Like,
yesterday I streamed Master Duel because Lucky was tired and I wanted to make up a stream. I played New Dragon Rulers in the Dice Rally event for like 2.5 hours. All that deck does is just make a really big guy who's also unaffected by monster effects. Actually, all of the cards affect.
Honestly, Beat Bison isn't a bad card. It just does the opposite of what Salamangreat normally wants to do.
yeah, that's kind of its biggest problem.
Also the
It's a
anime-
going second card in a going first deck.
Yeah, that's the very. Yeah, it's like barely
mean,
even
I
played.
would say, let's see, what's the year on Bison? Let me check. Structure deck, so late. Yeah, probably
He
was printed a
he
little
had Structure
late.
Deck. As
Um,
Bayleys.
Like I could say that Link format was slower in some cases. Like obviously there were very explosive plays. There were quite a lot of FTKs, obviously, and there were occasionally U-Link or V-Link strats. But some of those games were supposed to be a little more back and forth. So having a big asshole to bring out is not bad. But to explain what Beat Bison does, chat, this is a Fire Cyberse level 8, 2800 attack, 1000 defense. If you have 3 more Salamangreat monsters in your graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position. You can target Fire Link monsters in your graveyard up to the number of face-up cards your opponent controls, return to the extra deck, then you can negate the effects of face-up cards your opponent controls to the end of this turn, up to the number of cards you returned. You can only use each effect of Beat Bison once per turn. So even going first, this can still be just another free Link extender because all you got to do is put 3 guys in graveyard. I have both
realistically,
played
what,
with and played against Salamangreat enough to know you're going to get 3 guys in graveyard.
I mean, like you can get 3 guys in the graveyard by blinking. Like, oh, I'll special Gazelle, link Gazelle to Baylinks, play Sanctuary, normal summon Link. Oh, beat Bison. Heat Leo.
I think the
This guy
problem
definitely is
just-
like, I would probably put him as like a 1 of or 2 of in the side,
Yeah.
just because his recycling is very good. This deck literally wants you to like go through your links multiple times to get big effects. So having the ability to put guys back is not bad. The problem is just that like Dallas said, this is a card that minimum is like live on turn 2 or 3. Like,
Yeah.
you are not going to get the most bang for your buck with Beat Bison unless your opponent has a lot of face-up cards you want to negate and you got a lot of links in graveyard.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's
well,
just a
this
free body.
Well, this is sort of like the index or boss monster. He's also just the actual secret index boss monster's Nibiru.
Yes,
I mean,
also
like,
this
like,
is
if you-
a problem that yes, Salamangreat's one of those decks that just explodes if your opponent plays Nib.
Yeah. Well, please. Yeah, there's only like one card in early sport that got you out of the Nibiru thing, and later on you can get around Nib. Fairly like 50-50.
I mean,
But
the
that's
simple
about it.
solution to beating Nibiru Chat is to just go, my opponent doesn't have it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I played Dragon Rulers for like 2 hours. I think I got nibbed once, and I think I still played it out because they waited until I was like, I had 2 big-ass Dragon Ruler Ixies on the board, so they made a fat-ass token. I think I won.
Yeah,
that
Look,
game.
but,
I saw I was seeing a handful of FGC Twitter posts that's basically just like no, I'm not gonna like learn the matchup. I'm just going to spam my dumb bullshit, and if I get checked, I lose.
yeah.
One of
Just
my
speaking
funniest things ever is just getting the big Nibiru token, and then just going, okay, I attack.
Yeah, and the whole thing with the Nibiru token is just like with me, if I haven't summoned the Fire Link Charmer, I would just be like, well, I summoned this guy because this guy's just specials, and then I link off Hito, then you use Ash on me before, so I go into my link tree.
Yeah, Nib is one of those cards, to divert a little, chat. Nib is one of those cards that's really interesting because, like, when it's... I talked about Ash Blossom on stream yesterday a little, and I was like, I went through the Yugi Boomer cycle of, like, man, Ash is crazy, to, like, Ash is annoying, and, like, it sucks that if you do have, like, a deck that's only got one... you've drawn a bad hand, you rely on exactly one point of interaction. But ideally, your deck should be able to do something past a single Ash activation most of the time.
Yeah.
You got to wait for the right one. Nib is like that, where, like, when I first encountered Nibiru, I was like, you're telling me that if I summon 5 times, which is what the game wants me to do these days, I fucking blow up? That sucks. Now it's like, having also played Nib in quite a few decks, there are some times when your opponent goes to their 5th summon, you go, cool, rock. And then there are other times where if you nib incorrectly, your opponent just keeps playing Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
Yep.
Some decks are like that.
And then
And
there's
some
certain
decks.
I think there's certain decks like I think Ryugi that it just says, "Oh, I've set this card that can activate on my turn. Your nib is nothing."
Or some decks lost so badly to Nibiru they printed a extra deck counter to Nibiru so you wouldn't die playing it.
Wow.
Sometimes they did that twice.
Alright,
We
DDD.
love the DDD spreadsheet.
What
that
is
infinite
DDD's,
post.
DDD is great. We love DDD.
anti-nib?
Oh yeah,
It's
no.
2,
If you
actually,
ever
isn't it?
nib a DDD deck, there before the big douchebag Xyz guy came out, there was never a bad time. If you did it, they just ended their turn.
It's
Yeah.
Machinex, and then also doesn't the new Gilgamesh do something about it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ah.
So they have two. They have 2 separate outs to nib. DDD's actually like the deck's really cool. Actually, like I think they're doing a lot of interesting stuff. The fact that they have like a contact fusion, which is just shuffle back four big guys to make another big guy, and just you
But
can
it
do
is a
that
Rube-
anytime.
It is a Rube Goldberg machine, including in the way that if you interrupt it even a little bit, it falls over.
Ah.
But yes, with
Okay.
Beat Bison here, you can kind of see generally what Salamangreat's theme are. Basically, remember how people watching at home, I should say, not everybody was on the panel. I was on that when I did the generic Cybers stuff. But y'all remember from this first Cybers episode where I was like, and some Cybers cards are just, what if Monster was Cyber? Salmon
Yeah.
Great, a lot of their aesthetics is, what if Monster was Cyber and also on fire?
Fire. Yeah,
It's like,
like
yeah, that was my
What
joke
if-
title for this.
like
And we have
Sorry,
we have a
Salmon.
scale. We have Salmon Great Hood is a spectrum, because I'm pulling up Salmon Great Coyote, who is significantly less on fire than Beat Bison.
I mean, his
Yeah.
entire tail is leaking fire. I would say he's still pretty on fire.
Yeah.
He's still a little on fire.
All I know about this guy is that he was never really played.
Yeah, no, this card's bad.
Yeah, Coyote.
I
I think I
forget
remember is one of
why.
the. If I remember correctly, this is I'm tapping into my limited play. I'm pretty sure I remember this guy exactly from one season of Master Saga where MBT went into Salad and he was just like, yeah, we pulled like ass, so we got to play some Coyote, you know. Let's see.
Yeah.
Salmon Great Coyote.
looking Super Sentai mascot
But
character.
this guy,
Yes.
I do like
Fire.
his design.
Level
though.
3.
His
Yeah,
design
he's a good design. And if you said it's Coyote, I could be like, yeah, it's a Coyote. I've seen Coyote before. That's this. It could also be a raccoon dog.
Yeah, this
but-
is not. I would disagree on the coyote thing.
I mean, all of them are a little exaggerated. Its tail's a little bushy, but I think it works out.
Well, it's not the tail. It's, first of all, it's not like lean enough. Like it's too like compact and plump.
Well, I don't
I mean,
know
think-
how
I
plump
think
it is.
that's- I think
He's
that's
got
just,
fucking the fin funnels from Gundam on his sides.
No,
Yeah.
I understand, but what I'm saying is like, coyotes are literally like gangly, raggedy ass looking wolves, essentially.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I'm pretty
there
sure
is
there is a
definitely-
Salmon Great Wolf, so I think we'll see later.
They're like, what if you starved a
Actually,
wolf?
no, there is a Wolvie. That's a Wolverine. I'm kind of surprised there's
Yeah,
not a Salmon Great dog. Anyway,
There's
Um,
the Anthro Wolf. Something.
also, actually, this is a good question. I don't know, like, not to have too many arguments about who remembers what about Reigns, but we talked a little about Soulburner, aka
Yeah.
what did the
Theodore.
yeah the dub's name
Hamilton
Theodore.
Or
In the original,
God.
is he supposed to be like super westernized? Because I'm
Not
pretty sure
really.
most of the animals in this list are all like from the Americas,
Well,
except
he-
maybe the fennec fox.
Hamura.
That's
I think
specifically like Africa.
from what I remember, Homura. It's Takadu Homura, I believe, was his name in the outside in the in the original. He like it's less that his.
He
I
wasn't
don't
really
believe he has any
westernized.
straight up like, oh, I was in America. Like, let me fucking.
I think he
Sorry.
was-
I mean, the
He
dub
lived in
decided to
some
call him
part
Theodore
of-
Hamilton, which is, as Dallas, I believe, joked in a previous stream, an incredibly American name.
He
Yeah,
sounds like
there's
a
like-
projected president. But yeah,
There's
no,
like
I'm
one
like,
other really weird.
I'm
name
glancing through,
in
and
the
it's
range
like,
for dubs.
yeah, like I mean, yeah, I'm not seeing anything regarding like, oh, he lived in America, or he was just sort of like, God, like.
So
Maybe
I
he
think
said he
this
was
is
a foreign
I think this is
exchange
just then
student, or he lived
the
abroad.
Japanese thing where
Yeah.
in case you forgot, by the way, Japan also thinks that American stuff is cool. So I think somebody on the Konami staff writing the anime, or you know Shueisha or whoever, was like, I like westerns. I'm going to put westerns animals like Beat Bison and Coyote.
But
Also,
he-
could
Jeez,
just be a
pronounced-
way to like
Coyote?
to delineate Soulburner and also like make like he's got all the cool animals.
Yeah,
Like,
but speaking of like a westernized sort of character that's sort of like a cowboy is this guy named Blood Shepherd who has a cowboy
oh my
hat.
god.
Blood Shepherd. the
He's named in
Edward
the dub Kenneth Drayden.
Of course, his name is fucking
Which
Kenneth.
is,
So-
but his original
I-
name is Jingo Dojin.
Like I said, this I would say this: Soulburner is less Americanized and more the typical like shonen protagonist character.
Yeah, he's.
I know he's
the
not the
leader arc.
protagonist, but he acts like what a shonen protagonist would.
Yeah,
I mean,
the
one of his
Deuteronomy.
one of our special
Yeah.
spells is Burning Draw, which has a.
Yeah, and
If you
this-
didn't think Burning Draw is extra, chat, the Japanese name is way more extra.
Yeah, that I remember Burning Draw because it's just like he did that on his very final duel. In the duel that was pretty much like I think Revolver's way of just being like, I'm trying to atone for my sins to try to pat you on the back and say like you're not at fault for your own parents' deaths.
Yeah.
Trying to pan those win stats.
But Soulburner's chill.
Yeah, he's like he feels like the least affected member of the Lost Incident kids.
Well, I mean, spoiler. He got taken in by his grandparents, who actually got him therapy. So
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I
My
know
God.
that much.
that's why he's
man.
the least affected, because he's like,
Meanwhile, Playmaker is just like, I cannot move forward with my life.
Well, yeah, like
no, I'm fine. What are you talking about? My nose is
Then
bleeding.
there's
Playmaker
another one,
lives
which
in
is Spectre, who's just like, I went to an orphanage and I loved this tree which got burned down, so that made my entire personality.
Yeah, I mean, you've got Playmaker who lives in a food truck with his like cousin, right?
Weird uncle.
Weird uncle.
I think it is his cousin. I think it is his cousin, but he acts like his weird
Yeah.
uncle.
No,
you
Kusanagi
had-
is not his cousin. I think it was just like a friend they met up with.
yeah, you
Slash
have Spectre
Co-worker
who
slash ally.
becomes who becomes like
Slash
a tree hugger plus.
slash
The tree guy. We all. If you know the tree guy, you know the tree
Yeah.
guy, chat.
slash Kusanagi, who's like slash Playmaker's love interest.
I
I'm sure
do,
Playmaker has like 8 love interests.
Because
I do love that Spectre is just a shitty duelist. He's
yeah,
like,
then
he's always
never
always
got the-
overextending. He's the best.
then of course we never got to see the Windy Ignis's like duelist because Windy killed his duelist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's Light Ignis who just trapped his own duelist soul into his own special prison.
Yeah.
And then Earth Ignis
uh,
did not have his own. Well, actually, Earth Ignis was Spectre.
But guess what, chat? We're talking about this because we were correct. Coyote is bad. I think I mentioned before it's a Cybers 3. He's got 1,000 attack and 200 defense, so it's a rekindling target. Woo! During your end phase, specifically if this card's in the graveyard because it was sent there as link material this turn, activate one of the following effects. Target a Salamangreat in your monster in your graveyard except Coyote, special summon in defense position. Target a Salamangreat card in your graveyard except Coyote, add it to your hand. So, like, yeah, it's recycling,
Cute.
but it's so slow and specific that, like, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure this card was outdated when it came out in the Rising Rampage Special Edition in 2019. Only time this card was printed, by the way. That's how you know it's bad.
It's one of those cards that's like, yeah, it's cute. It's cute recursion. It's not bad, but like, God, there's so many other things that I would rather be playing for recursion than this guy.
Yeah. It is quite literally like one of the cards you play that's like a normal or rare in Master Duel, and you're just like, well, we opened like 40 Salamangreat packs and we got fucking nothing, so I guess we're playing, 2 Coyote? Like, it is a Master Saga ass card, if I may.
Yeah, I think that's.
Which is very funny again because of where it was printed.
Yep.
Also, by the way, we're gonna dunk on the wiki again a little bit. I don't know how true this is supposed to be. Again, people who've seen the anime can tell me. But in the wiki article for Salamangreats, they're trying to talk about how it's like linked to alchemical secrets, like the Blaze Dragon is the Ouroboros and the Chimera is, the Chimera. The Emerald Eagle is supposed to be the Emerald Tablets, and I'm just like, bro, I may be one of the most like occult pilled people I know. I think you
What
might be
are they-
reaching, bro.
What are they
Omega,
smoking? Can I get some?
Omega.
Smoking
Can we say
salad
that
grape
they are a Halo
pack.
game because they are making a Reach?
Hey, hell yeah,
Yu-Gi-Oh!
brother.
Wiki, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Wiki
Yeah.
reaching on inspirations.
I mean, you You missed us talking about the new Exorcist card. That like in 2 seconds I went, oh, Carmiel is Samael because it's the fallen Exorcist or angel, and they're like, we think this is something to do with karma and Shamael, but also like the karmic butterfly of cycles. I'm like, no, it's Samael because it's the fallen angel.
I mean,
Satan.
on the one hand, yeah, like I said, that I think that makes a lot. That's the occult's razor answer. Knowing Japan, it could just be we put karma plus L, meaning God in there. That is not crazy either, but that would require them to do an extra thing. Anyway, it's ritual time.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull up the ritual spell as well, but this is Emerald Eagle, who I just mentioned. And I'm just like I said, I'm like, listen, I understand. Alchemy is cool. I watched Full Metal Alchemist at a formative age. Literally 12. But if you have to tell me Blaze Dragon is the symbol of the Ouroboros, I'm like, nah. No. No.
Yeah, this.
No.
Yeah, I like the design of this card.
Shit, I gotta be careful. The team is stacked. If I start making JoJo references, we're gonna be here for like 4 hours.
Oh no! Don't
I
extend the stream.
So instead of JoJo references, I'll cut it and just say this guy's just a fucking Digimon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a furry OC.
Like looking at what I posted in the game chat just recently, and then just looking at this guy, I'm like, yeah, I can see it.
I do like that the ritual artwork is just basically sanctuary or shrine, but it's eagle rising out of it.
Yeah.
They made this because every one of the protagonists needed a ritual thing because of reasons.
Yeah, this was pretty much second season was just like, well, it's like everyone was like, oh, Flameraker use a ritual song. What even is that? And then everyone just suddenly got it. It's just like, why though? You didn't even know what it was.
It's funny. It's funny the amount of times Konami has tried to make rituals good, and just being like trying to make it an anime plot point, and that didn't work. And now we're at like Mitsurugi.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is Emerald Eagle, and the field spell Rise of the not the field spell, the ritual spell Rise of the Silent Great.
Yep.
The ritual spell reads, this card can be used to ritual summon any Silent Great ritual monster. Good future proofing. I don't think they've made any more of them, but we tried.
I think same as Violet Chimera, they only have the one fusion.
Yeah.
Yeah, also with fusion, the later fusion of fire.
Like, they did the Vrains thing without, sorry, not the Vrains thing. They are the Vrains. They did the Arc V thing without doing the Arc V thing, and it made it somehow make less sense.
I hate you calling it Arc V.
It is
Okay,
actually
fine,
supposed
Arc
to be
5.
5. But anyway, you must also tribute monsters from your hand or field whose total levels equal or exceed the ritual monster, blah, blah, blah.
Always
If
like
you
that.
control a fire link monster, you can also use Silent Great monsters in your graveyard by shuffling into the deck. If this card in the owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, special summon an Emerald Eagle from your hand, ignoring its summoning conditions.
Yeah.
So, that's a very funny one. I'm not sure, because it's just a ritual spell. I'm not sure how easy it is to actually blow up, other than, I guess, you, like, set it to bait your opponent. I guess if you negate and destroy it, that is in your possession, right? But that's very funny to put on a ritual spell, to just be like, hey, if you negate and destroy this card... No, you didn't, Emerald Eagle!
I mean, it's anime-ass effect. Like that.
Yeah,
that was
it's goofy
It was
as
definitely
hell.
put on this card just for
is.
that to be an anime thing that happens.
I will say I do kind of feel while the shuffle back effect is pretty good, shuffle them in graveyard, which you're gonna have if you make a big Link monster. I do kind of feel like there was a missed opportunity there for like actually I'll mention it here because Axa has left already. We started a little late and he has other scheduling stuff, so he's not here for the actual sell it part. He may or may not troll the archive later. But last week after we did I think it was last week after we did Rockets, but we were talking about some other stuff in the preamble, and he talked about how he was surprised that nobody's like an archetype hasn't done proper like synchroing with Link monster effects yet. And I did mention that Yummy does that, but only with Link 1s to make like a Sync 2. I'm kind of surprised. I don't think there's a ritual archetype that lets you use Link ratings as material. like equivalent of
No,
levels?
there are some that let you use Link monsters as material, but it's usually a Link archetype that has this one ritual monster.
Yeah, that you like replace. But that's another area that could be really interesting. I mean, I know that like shortly after this, Konami tried to make rituals good again with Drytron, which also involved a shitload of cheating. Mubeta Fafnir, if you haven't read him in a while, absolutely batshit insane card. It shocks me that like again the way just the churn of content and the way we play the game has changed so much that like Drytron's not even good. Like it's just not. Some of that's the ban list. We trimmed some fat, you know, but
yeah, just talking about they actually upgraded the Rise of the Salmon Great just to make it better because its original effect was, or you could just block it and it would just be dead if it was just with that.
I'm trying.
So essentially, it did not have the I cheat Emerald Eagle out of my hand effect.
Well, let's see if Emerald Eagle's worth it. This is a level 8 Cyburst Ritual Fire, 2800 attack, 2000 defense. You can ritual summon this card with Rise of the Salmon Great, so name check, that's good. That works for one of the preps. When this card is ritual summoned using an Emerald Eagle you control, destroy all special summon monsters your opponent controls, so it has its own reincarnation type effect. Though admittedly, rituals were doing that already. There were a few that did similar things. Also, once per turn, you contribute a Salmon Great Link monster. This turn, this card gains the following effect, which is at the start of the damage step. If this battles an opponent's monster, destroy it. Inflict monster equal that original monster. Inflict damage to your opponent equal that original monster's attack. Becomes a semi-flame wingman.
Yeah, this card, as I remember in the anime, was used against Gore and defeated Gore in one attack.
Big explode.
Yeah. It's not
this is
really
like,
good though.
This is
Yeah, I
okay. The problem is that like it is the thing we talked about where we're like, oh, everybody just got rituals just because that's what the writers' room decided. If Salmon Great was built around ritual summoning, and there are generic Cyberse like ritual aids, you know, but if it was built around ritual summoning, this would be pretty good. This is basically like what they did, I think literally like a year later, because I think the one where they added all the new Nephthys cards was like 2020. But this is basically what they did when they retrained Nephthys into the ritual archetype. You know, you loot back and summon and destroy and stuff. But because Salmon Great as a deck doesn't support this setup, this is another card that's, like we said, is like a going second, like, you know, nuke. It's like you summon Emerald Eagle, and then you summon Emerald Eagle again, and then your opponent blows up. But then if you blow up your opponent's board, you can't use the damage step effect. So, like, What do you do?
I unfortunately have to head out, but I will make one comment. Like I said, Ritual's fine. Their one-off random fusion, despite being like very weird and out of nowhere, I think is actually really good and is kind of not touched on just because it's not part of the Link climb strategy. But Violet Chimera is actually really silly.
If I remember right, yeah, Violet Chimera is a pretty good card.
Interesting.
Sadly, he starts with a V and is an extra deck monster, so we will be talking about him way later. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember it being good.
Yeah, it's reincarnation fusion summon. It just says, "Oh, this your opponent's monster 0. I can instantly OTK you." Because of his first effect.
Oh, also everybody, you know, say goodbye to Vesper in chat.
Yeah. See you, Vesper.
Bye.
Bye, I had food in my mouth. Goodbye.
All right.
But yeah.
We're gonna load up our next boy.
Yeah, hey, Link, I put down the YouTube thing about Playmaker Exceeding for a second time, and everyone's just like, Exceed 7? What the F?
I mean, you know, considering how linking interacts with the extra deck, I could see them being shocked.
Yeah, it's like, not a Link summon? Just like, so completely idiotic.
Next is a boy you probably have heard of. It is another bird because it is Salmon Great Falco.
Oh yeah, this card used to be played.
I do believe, yes. Used to be in the combo.
Yeah, because if you already had Jaguar in the graveyard because of Cyanide mining, you can then use this card for gain back a card. So you could,
Brain card.
if you have like two things in the graveyard, you can get both back.
Ah, my wings are on fire!
Yeah, the wings are on fire. This is a red Firebird.
He's going
Honestly,
fast.
this kind of looks like a Pokemon.
He's a little metallic, but yeah.
You mean like
I mean, the metallic part
Like,
works. He could just be Corviknight.
Corviknight plus Talonflame? It's a Pokemon fusion.
Corviknight plus Talonflame would be pretty rad. I'm pretty sure I've owned both of those.
I
Pokemon in
guess
recent
there's
generations.
that game Pokemon fusion that probably
Corviknight
does
ever been
Pokemon-
good in
Does-
like competitive Pokemon?
I
Uh,
think Corviknight was meta in one of the probably
Might
in
have
Sword and Shield
been-
when it came out.
Probably
Talonflame was very good, then got nerfed, and now it's useless.
Yeah.
Rip my
Sadly, I don't believe
Corviknight
my
has to.
fiery bird son. But yeah, no. Corviknight was also steel flying, and I had one in Sword Shield.
Yeah, I think it was
Pretty good
very
boy.
good at the start.
Oh no, in the playthrough, I think it's a good, but I just like a lot of Pokemon.
No, like
are
I said,
good,
I
and
think in the gen it came out it was good, but then
it's not. It doesn't have a bad history. It's not like a main used Pokemon, but it doesn't have like.
and then of course you know
awful.
in Scarlet Violet we added the joke that
Okay,
the Tinkatons
so-
fucking kill.
So Corviknight was in. Okay, so it was in 12 regionals, including 2 wins, and was in 2 worlds.
I don't believe it's won any of the worlds,
But that was in Scarlet and Violet. Don't have to
yeah,
think
there weren't any worlds or many tournaments during Sword and Shield because
because
COVID.
of the cove that is in.
Yeah, but it's like Corviknight is like it's good, but it's not great. But in the right team, it can be good. It's very
Yeah.
bulky. And does it get Tailwind? Sorry.
Oh, did I get Tailwind? I don't know, man. I'm not an expert in
If
competitive
it gets
Pokemon. Hey,
Tailwind, that
Falco
automatically makes it better.
Falco
Yes,
is
it
a
gets
fire.
Tailwind, so automatically it's decently good.
Thumbs up. Falco is another fire Cyberus. It's a level 4 now. We didn't mention this earlier, but most of the obviously Beat Bison and Emerald Eagle obviously are kind of exceptions. Though Eagle's you're supposed to tribute Eagle for Eagle, but most of them are 3s and 4s. And in fact, Salamangreat 3 specifically has been like a very strong 3-axis deck before. But Falco is a 4, 1200 attack, 1600 defense. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target a Salamangreat spell, trap in your graveyard, set it. If this card is in your graveyard, target a Salamangreat monster you control, except Falco, return that monster to the hand. If you do special summon this card, you can only use 1 effect per turn and only once that turn. So Falco is just a pretty good extender. If you summon it some other way, you can get a spell trap back. Recurring your spell traps is going to be very important to this deck, chat. Again, if you don't know, because this deck has been the 3rd or 4th best deck for many years in a row.
Yeah. I've seen, like, I've tested against the AI and ADO Pro for this. Sometimes the AI will sometimes shovel back his own Link monster for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does not bounce to hand. That's just a you-click situation.
Yeah. Like, it's still getting placements in tournaments in this year. I think it's kind of died since, like, the summer. But...
Well, so they finally released the Fire Pack, right? That was 2 years ago. That was the quote-unquote year of fire, and so we were like, oh shit, new Salamangreats. I don't think that Salamangreat came out Salamangreat was out of the 3 decks they did do for that, was the one that was already the best. But I think their support was like not the greatest. Mostly just they phased a few things out of the ban list, and they finally got, I forgotten what Code Talker Heat Soul. I forgot what that guy was called for a second. Like that card finally got imported after being like a year or 2 late, shit like that. But yeah, it took them a while to run through some stuff. But they had decent support, but I think I mentioned this earlier. This is another thing you missed, Dallas. We talked about the new Rescue Ace support. I kind of mentioned that like Rescue Ace kind of got put out to pasture early by Konami because it was part of Snake Eye Diabell Star Rescue Ace, and so obviously Konami can't kill Diabell Star because, you know, they're going to be printing about cards for her for like 12 months total. So it got kind of phased out before it really got a chance to stand on its own, and Salamangreat was kind of in a similar state where just like, yeah, it's good, but like, you could be playing Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
Or currently the do you want to know what the currently best fire deck is in the TCG?
King.
Yep.
Yeah, and plus I think
Specifically
it's
Giraffe Fire King.
Yeah,
Oh,
Direct Fire
yeah,
King is like a
that-
rogue strat. You can blow
because
some
they
guys
could
up.
just be like, they could just be like, I meteor your deck. You did again. I meteor again.
Yeah,
Speaking of
pretty
Nibiru, it's a little hard to play through a couple of board wipes.
But then again, they also have direct meteor, their own board wipe.
Sorry, clicking on something we shouldn't.
This
After
card
Falco-
die.
Yeah, Falco's good. We talk about like recursion
Oh,
of your
now we
spell
can
traps and
talk
your
about
monsters is pretty good.
Oh wait, is this? Oh no, there's a lot of Fs. I forgot.
Yeah, there's a
Remember
lot of
correctly.
Fs. Fennec is first
Falco.
up
Oh yeah.
after Falco.
Oh. Yeah, this card. Oh yeah, I did have him in my original deck.
From Dark
So-
Neostorm.
So I think is this where I talk about something? Hold on, I'm trying to get to the picture, but apparently they're YouTube ad.
I like. Oh yeah,
Oh,
this
it should be updated
the
here.
yellow,
Okay.
the purple, the gold, purple, white all works together really well.
Okay, yeah, no, this does address what I want to talk about. So, whoever designed the Salamangreats, I don't believe has ever seen a fox, ever, like in their entire life.
Yeah, I would agree.
We'll get to it more later because obviously this isn't barely a fox. This is a fennec fox. This does not look like a fennec fox. Spoiler.
I mean, it looks a little like a Fennec Fox, but you are right that they are
The ear shape is right, and that's about it.
the. If you haven't, if you somehow haven't seen a Fennec Fox before, chat, which would be a little crazy, but we'll pull one up. I'm pretty sure
I mean,
this
they're
is
just
a,
smaller
a
foxes,
baby.
pretty much.
This yeah, screen comps a little bit.
With
Let me
bigger
switch it a
ears.
little. But yeah, they're
Yeah.
foxes that have big ass ears. They have kind of
And they're
small
tiny.
faces.
But this has a
like,
cat face.
yeah,
Yeah.
this Salamangreat Fennec, we like tried to kind of keep the face shape, but then we gave it a big bushy whiskery face.
Yeah,
And
they tried to make it all cybers.
like I said, this is definitely the best looking of the fox designs for Salamangreat because I will rip into the others later.
Yeah, if you remove the
'cause
like,
this-
go ahead.
I think this is a very cute card.
But it's
It just
not-
doesn't look like a fennec fox.
Yeah, if you remove that pointy bit around the face, it would look more like it.
Mhm.
And elongated the snout a little bit because
Yeah, that too.
foxes have snouts.
I've seen plenty of things of Fenix.
I mean, specifically, what I want to say is, if you're curious, is I think it's the artist probably has seen a fox. They've probably seen a Japanese red fox, which are still
Which is not a
Vulpes
fennec
Vulpes,
fox.
but they're different. And specifically, I think the more famous. This is very relevant because I've been playing Ghost of Yote. But they're specifically the Izo or Hokkaido like subspecies. Izo is cold, chat. So they're very bushy foxes, red foxes. The Hokkaido subspecies, which is probably why this Fennec is so bushy. In real life, Fennecs are not bushy; they are a desert fox.
They look like
Yeah.
chihuahuas, if anything.
There's one on screen right now. They're skinny little guys.
They hunt scorpions.
They're adorable, but
Yeah.
They run all over the place. I've
So
seen those videos.
the card, Salmon Great Fennec, is a level 3 Fire Cyberse with 1600 attack, 200 defense. There's a couple of... I don't think you play Rekindling, really, in Salmon Great that much, but there are a couple of them which are rekindlable, which is funny. This is also the thing I talked about, which is... I should double-check.
Also, Omega, just to clarify, that is not a baby Fennec Fox. That is a fully grown Fennec Fox.
Is that a fully grown one? Okay. I wasn't sure,
They are
because they are
tiny.
small and
They are
compact, yeah.
tiny creatures.
Yeah,
Also, I
this
was
is the
correct. I mentioned
This
before
is
that a lot of the guys are like New World animals. The Fennec Fox is one of the exceptions. Those are only North Africa.
Yeah, this is the second of the 200 defense fire monster for Salmon Grease.
Oh, no,
If a
that's the one.
Cyberse monsters you control was special summoned from the extra deck is destroyed by battle by an opponent's card's effects. Sorry, I added some extra S's in there, but that was pluralized really weird. You can special summon this card from the graveyard, if it was there when the monster was destroyed, or hand, even if not. But banish it when it leaves the field. If this card was sent to the graveyard as material for a link summon of a Link 2 or higher Cyberse Link monster, add a Salmon Great normal spell from your deck to your hand. You use each effect once per turn. Fennec seems okay, but immediately, chat, there is a problem. It
Yeah,
must be
they
sent to the
banish.
graveyard for a Link summon to search. It banishes itself when it leaves the field if it's summoned. So basically, you have to, like, normal summon it, or not special summon it by its own effect, link it off, search a spell, then summon it back.
Yeah, this.
Don't do that.
The part of the common line for me was just Mirage Audio it out, get it out, use Fusion Fire, get rid of my opponent's Link monsters.
Yeah. So yeah, no, it's like it certainly has its uses, but it is definitely one of those things that's like, wait a minute, this means I'm gonna do things where I bone myself, where I special summon it and then I link it off, and then I go, oh shit, I really needed that Fennec search.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those.
And so, I'm actually quite surprised, by the way, that this doesn't have a trivia page, because you'd think they'd fight about what this is. Next is Salmon Great Foul,
Oh.
which I assume is Peafowl?
Yeah, I think so. The P-Foul. Probably.
Which is the
so.
gender-neutral way to say, because technically peacock and peahen are gendered.
Yeah.
Because
that's why
humans
it
are
wasn't-
goofy, and, you know, peafowl have very distinct sexual dimorphism. A peacock looks very different from a peahen. This
Yeah.
is definitely a
Spoiler,
peacock, though.
The males are the pretty ones.
Yeah. But this is,
Which
yeah,
is
Salmon
true
Great
in
Fowl.
most of nature, by the way.
It's because the ladies are supposed to be picky. Anyway,
Okay,
Mr.
let's
Fowl.
see.
how many licks to get to the center of that extra deck pop?
Also, if you. Right, when was this card used? Oh. okay,
Structure
that's
deck.
why. Yeah. Yeah, I realized why, because it was Wendy's Duel, which was after this structure deck now.
So Mr. Fowl here is a Fire Cyberse, level 4, 1800 attack, 200 defense. So decent stats, and we're kind of playing at the rekindling thing, but not going whole hog. If a Salmon Great monsters, except Fowl, is normal or special to your field, you can special summon this card from your hand. You use this effect once per turn. You can send a Salmon Great card from your hand or face-up field to the graveyard, target a set spell trap your opponent controls. That set card can't be activated this turn. It's that Trickstar effect. Honestly,
Yeah,
these are both
this-
good. I see why they reprinted this guy in Soul Burning Volcano. This is just a pretty good guy.
Yeah, this guy can just like chain block.
Yeah, he can chain block. He is the world's most free special summon.
There
And
is
if you had
one.
a Jaguar plus this guy just says no to Orcus once you get into Abyss Dweller.
There is just one tiny detail about this art that irks me, and that's the little flame jets. My mind
Oh.
wants them to be behind the little crest he has that they have on the neck back thing.
That's not
Yeah, it's kind of wrapping around. I think the idea is it's supposed to be like projected backwards, or maybe it's all together.
I'm looking at
Because
the
like
anime
it's
thing.
because he's got like his tail's in the foreground before the fire, but then he also has fire where his wings are. I don't know.
Yeah, the
it's-
anime is also the same.
Like, it suffers from the problem that most art in Yu-Gi-Oh! Suffers from, is that people don't know how to draw fire. but
I think in this case, just the both the artist and the render team from the anime just kind of like used a fire filter in Photoshop kind of thing. You know, they just kind of went like, yeah, fire's fire, right?
clipart.png.fire.
So like even in the Say just shared the anime screenshot as well. Yeah, even in the anime, it's got like fire coming out of its wings and then a big ball of fire behind it.
I feel like all these cards are secretly causing the phoenix inside them. That's how they're creating fire.
They're full of the fire. I'm gonna pull up these next two cards
The Phoenix
together
Force.
because they're clearly supposed to be a pair. The one I've just pulled up is Foxer.
Oh,
I have so much to say about this art.
Boxer is a.
And
like,
then
it's card that
the other
was
half is
used-
Foxy.
Oh yeah, Foxer and Foxy. Like Foxer is a. Like
Now, I do
you're
wanna
This
say-
an
art is
archetype.
atrocious.
You're in archetype mystical space type though.
So I want to say, in this case, I was not thinking of looking at them up close, but no, Dallas, I think you are correct. We do have the big bushy tails, which is
So
very
these are
fox-like,
dogs. No, these aren't foxes. These are dogs.
but they have the. Well, I mean, I don't think any dog has a bushy tail quite like this, but the heads are definitely. These look like Dobermans or like another kind of like hunting dog.
I
They're
was going
like,
with
very
Great. I was
dog-like.
going with Great Danes personally, but
That's another one, like a pointer type dog. Yeah.
yeah. However, I do think this art is actually like unpleasant to look at.
There
They
is
have
something a little.
They have hooves in front, by the way.
They make me think of the half caterpillar,
Yeah,
even though they're not. But
So, by the way,
look
these
like
are the official Master Duel renders. These look like they're poorly Photoshop blown up images because, like, Dallas is right. Like, I'm pretty sure they shouldn't be hooves, and we may even see in some spell trap art that they're not supposed to be hooves. But their front paws are kind of like weirdly nondescript. They do have back legs that are sitting on top of their tails, but they're drawn in such a way that you can barely tell. It's easier to tell on Foxer than Foxy. Also,
I hate these arts.
the way Foxer is drawn, it looks like, and I'm gonna make an assumption here, even though she's Foxer and not Foxy, but I'm gonna say she because it's the pink one, the bright pink one. It looks like
yeah,
she
no,
has
these are
long
bad.
hair.
Oh god, I didn't even notice that. Why the fuck? God, I hate-
It's
You
weird.
know what these
it's
look
weird.
like? These look like some weird Sonic the Hedgehog fetish porn art that accidentally escaped.
No, I feel like I give Sonic the Hedgehog fan artists more credit.
Yeah.
Fokus,
Also,
Fukushi.
also apparently
this art
the
so much.
trivia for this thing just says, "Oh, it appears in the anime only card Energy of Fire," and just like, okay, I can kind of tell, but it's also just like a shape that you can't distinguish.
Yeah, if it was blown up better, you'll see more of them in another one.
Yeah, like this.
Anyway, Foxer is the pink one. Level 3, 1,000 or 1,200, 1,000. Foxy is level 3, 1,000, 1,200. They're opposites. Foxer says if you have 3 more Salamangreats in your graveyard, you can send this card from your hand to your graveyard. Target a Salamangreat link. 1 card in your point spell trap zones. Return the target monster to the extra deck if you destroy that card. So it is an MST, but it's like you could literally just play MST or Twin Twister. Twin Twister very popular in this time period.
Yeah. Twin Twister.
If a card in your opponent's spell trap zone is destroyed and sent to the graveyard while this card is in your graveyard, special summon it. And then Foxy is one of your normal summons. So Foxer, I think, hardly ever got played. I think people, like I said, just played MST or Twin Twister or Cosmic Cyclone.
I think it might have been playing like one
I mean,
or two.
Fox.
Maybe very
I think
early.
Yeah.
Foxy
Fox
has kind of gotten
E.
power crept at this
Yeah,
point.
Fox E, I think, is no longer relevant. But for a while, it was one of your great normal summon starters.
was used
When
to
this
be,
card is normal
just-
summoned, excavate top 3, add an excavated Salamangreat to your hand. If you do, shuffle the rest into the deck.
I think it's still like a one of in some decks, but it's not like.
If this card's in the
Used to be a
graveyard, and a
three
face of
of.
spell trap. Yeah, if a face of card is, if a
And
face
that-
of spell trap's on the field, discard a Salamangreat, special summon it, then destroy a face of spell trap.
Yeah.
So, like, not bad. I think the deck has better normal summons. Definitely the, like, normal summon Excavate 3 add a salad is, like,
And
pretty good,
Foxy-
but...
I can say right now, Foxy is the one card that you can use in Salmon Grace to just say no to Mystic Mine.
It's true.
That's true, but thankfully Mystic Mind is banned.
Yep, thankfully, but this was like the one answer to Mystic Mine. For salads.
Yeah. No, the art on these pisses me off. Like, it's not good.
Not the
But-
worst.
It's not the worst, but it's definitely, like...
It's pretty.
very
It's
weird.
pretty bad for this time period.
Yeah.
And also for this archetype,
agree
most of
with
these
that.
guys are pretty decent. I'm gonna pull up
Yeah,
Gazelle.
most of the Salmon Greats are fine.
I'm going to look to see if the Foxy Amy.
One of the classic guys, Gazelle. Gazelle is definitely actually a gazelle. That's another one that's actually a another animal that is
You could
not
quibble and be like, no, it's what's that like? Not gazelle species that there's only like 5 of
Antelope.
left.
Antelope? No, not antelope.
No. It's like a very specific thing.
It has like
Um,
an X at the end.
God, what are they? They're everywhere. Mero.
Almost.
Mero are those are more deer-like than gazelle-like, but that's a species that's native to Japan. That's like super rare.
Yeah, no.
Thank goodness I can see what's happening with this thing.
Yeah, it's a gazelle. It's pretty straightforward.
Oh, there's one is Oryx. Oryx.
Yeah, that's what I was
just
thinking
have
of.
to
An
look away
Oryx.
from the fox.
Yeah, but yeah, Gazelle. Also still a 3-up.
Yeah, gazelle is a good
Oh,
card.
yeah, no, this is like.
And I think, once again, gazelle species are mostly in Africa, but there are a...
There's some in
few
Asia,
tiny
in the
deer
Middle
type
East
species.
specifically.
Let's see.
Like there's some. I believe
Arabia,
there's a gazelle
Indian
species
gazelle.
that's-
Horn of Africa, Savannah,
Yeah.
Africa.
It's mostly Asia, South Africa, nowhere else.
But dude, this card is
Southwest
after
Asia, I
Foxy-
should say.
After Foxy and Foxer, this one is much better. Actually, it's like probably the best one.
I think this is the best main deck Salmon.
Yeah, in terms of the effect or in terms of art.
In terms of the deck, but also
yeah.
in terms of art, it's pretty good.
Art's pretty good. I
It's
don't.
probably my
We'll see
favorite
some
main
more
deck.
guys. But yeah, gazelle
Oh,
is another level 3.
there's one I love. There's one I love
1500
because it
attack.
looks so derpy.
1000 defense. If a Salmon Great monster is sent to your graveyard except Gazelle, except during the damage step, special summon this card from your hand. If this card's normal or special summoned, send a Salmon Great card from your deck to the graveyard except Gazelle. You can only use each effect once per turn. This is, in fact, great.
Yeah.
Free extension,
like-
also normal or special. To Foolish.
Yeah.
The few times I have seen the Salamangreat deck, this is the guy I see the most of.
Yeah, I'll just talk about the combo at the end because it still needs like the one that's of 5. But this
Okay,
like
alright.
but of the early combo is just like you do Foxy somehow get Gazelle in your hand, link up Foxy, get into this dump spin if you already have the one of the 2 trap cards you need. Then go into Mirage, get into Great Wolf. Pretty much.
Stelio. Do the whole combo. Stretch him in it.
But nowadays you don't even have to use Mirage Delio to even do your whole combo.
Still pretty good. Next is
Heard another one where I'm just like, what the fuck?
Jaguar.
Jack Jaguar. Is that even a...
In
Jack-
what the ways this is Jaguar?
I mean, in the ways that it's a big cat. It's mostly
Is
a
that
robot.
cat? Look
I
at his
mean-
face.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. It's mostly robot, but no, it's not the least cat-like robot I've ever seen. This one
don't
also
know,
actually
this-
has paws. But yeah, a lot of these, it's funny how we talked about, animal but on fire. A lot of these are just kind of like
Nope.
weird, random robot animals.
Even the they don't even have a trivia page for this guy.
I know, I left him out. And I don't know why he's called Jack Jaguar.
Yeah.
Boy.
Japan has
maybe
a
just for-
obsession with jaguars because you've got obviously the Salmon Great Jack Jaguar. There is the Tokusatsu guy Jet Jaguar, and also, if you may remember from everybody's favorite Super Nintendo game, oh, that's a baseball. One of the teams was Jaggers.
Okay.
Was it? Did Jotaro play the Jaguars? Or was that Darby?
There we go.
Might have.
Yeah, no.
I
think
went to double check.
I think Japan just likes the word Jaguar. Dallas is
Yeah,
correct that
also
like
just-
I would not in particular say this is a Jaguar. I probably would have assumed it's a cat from like its body shape and the weird, like if you're zoomed out, you might mistake the fins for like a lion mane. But yeah,
Oh, yeah.
this is weird.
Kind of look at this thing and just it's just with how that R's position just almost made me look like the rightmost blade that's sticking out where the flames come out of. It looked like it was attached to the head almost, but with the anime,
Even the anime screenshot makes it look like. Does he have a horn? I think he has a fire horn on his face. That's kind of weird.
Might have.
No, I figured it out, Omega. This is the Jaguar they used for reference.
Whose mascot is that?
Thanks, I
The
hate it.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, that's a very sad, very sad. That's okay. I'm sure Jacksonville deserves it. I'll say it.
You're
There's
the
like
Floridian.
how many fucking? We got a lot of football teams in Florida. Is it 3?
Aside,
3, yeah. The second
Yeah,
most of
um,
any state.
aside
The
from not being
Jaguars
a
are
Jaguar,
definitely out of those 3. Like the least cool.
Funny enough, they're not the worst this year.
That's because
The Dolphins might be the worst team in football this year.
damn, that sucks for them.
Well,
But they've been good historically. Like
Yeah.
the Dolphins is a team that's had successful years. The Bucks have had successful years. The Jaguars exist.
They've
And
been decent sometimes. They're decent now. They're okay.
That's all you could ask for. Because the joke I was gonna make about football, because like I thought you were saying just they were not the worst team. Well, you were also
so
saying
they're
that, but I was thinking you were
C
saying
tier?
they're not the worst team in the NFL. That's because the NFL is full of teams that were made just because and exist hypothetically because some super rich guy lived somewhere and thought there was a market for it. And
And also the NFL's on drugs this year, so who the
Also,
fuck
I don't know.
knows?
Free tax break on creating the stadium.
yeah, probably.
But
Because like there are definitely some markets that I'm kind of like, yes. Obviously, one of them, of course, being I genuinely do not know why anyone would want to build a professional sports team in Cleveland, Ohio. It is clearly a hellmouth.
fun fact, I believe, if I'm not remembering correctly, Cleveland is actually the birthplace of football.
Cleveland A's, I think.
And
it is?
obviously, the Cleveland sports teams had to fucking leave.
Yeah.
Well,
the sport had to
they
leave.
left, and then they came again.
And then they came back. Yeah, they brought the Browns back. Super cursed team. But anyway, we're not here to especially now that Vesper's left. We're not here to pretend to be secret base and talk about like football theory. Jack Jaguar, despite being a weird looking guy, is a good card. Not for its first effect, though it is another level 4 Cybers with 1800 attack and 1200 defense, which says if this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing on an 1800 guy. Really, Konami? But if you control a Salamangreat Link monster, all those cards in your graveyard, target a Salamangreat monster in your graveyard except Jack Jaguar, shuffle into the deck, special summon this guy to a zone, your Link monster points due. You can use this effect once per turn. So it's just put a guy back in deck, summon a guy. All you need, baby.
My mistake also. Before people yell at me, it is Canton that I'm thinking of, not Cleveland.
Okay.
Both in Ohio.
Okay.
Here's the Canton.
Because Cleveland is a different team.
That's just where the Football Hall of Fame is.
Okay.
Okay, Dallas, I was willing to go to bat a little for the artist. Now I'm less so. Hold on. This is Salamangreat
you
Mir.
see the next one?
How did we fuck up a meerkat, chat? That should be like a really recognizable animal.
This
First of all,
What?
what's going on with this guy? Why does he have horns? Why does he have horns?
It's a
Why is
lizard.
his neck so fat? What's his
Yeah,
torso
right.
doing? Why is he
Also,
wearing baggy pants? Like, I just
thought
keep
you'd
going
missed
down?
one. I thought you'd missed one, but that one's Japanese only now.
Oh yeah, just looking at it, this guy looks like, what's the Japanese name of Power Ranger Tosha Senkai mascot?
Yeah, no, this looks like a villain from the Showa era of Godzilla.
It's funny you
God,
say
you're
those
right.
things. I was gonna say he looks like a fusion of Godzilla and fucking Scrafty from Pokemon.
No. This guy wishes he has Scrafty swagger.
And, don't disrespect Scrafty like that.
Dallas, though, is completely right. This looks like a Showa Godzilla villain. This is the kaiju, that got translated as like fire guy or
Oh.
something.
Or a Showa Tokusatsu villain. Take your pick. Very similar design
But yeah,
space.
there's
As
so
the guy
like I
moves
said,
very awkwardly in the suit.
like I said, I started at the top of this guy and just started going down, and just as I keep going down, I keep finding things wrong. He can't do anything with his little arms. He can't even stand on them because he's got spikes coming out of them. His tail is also a knife. What did we do to this poor guy?
So this
Yeah.
also looks like an amputee who. Have you ever seen the amputee prosthetics that are just like
The blade legs,
like-
yes.
just like yeah? It looks like he
Oh.
has those.
Actually, I got another thing for this. Is like one of those very spin-off riff on like Power Rangers and whatnot. Just one of those like various different animes that do that. And this is like one of the minion characters because the anime fetish is just like what's going on when the Power
This is-
Rangers just go into their
No,
like.
I'll
big
tell you what
pictures.
this is. This is a Territories wrestling character that they found a box of random costume props left over from other costumes and like, here, throw this on, put this on, we'll get out there, we'll get you over.
So I'm
too.
gonna read this guy's effect, and you're probably gonna be surprised and think, oh, why hasn't I seen this guy anymore? And I will reveal the secret to you. So first of all, Salamangreat Mir says if this card's added to your hand, except by drawing it for your normal draw, you can reveal this card, special summon it from your hand. It's a Poplar. It's a Poplar before Poplar was popular.
Yeah.
If this card's in your hand, you can discard one other Salamangreat, special summon this card from your hand. You can use each effect once per turn. Now, most of you should go, oh, that sounds pretty good. Why have I never seen this guy? Level 2 Fire Cyberse, 800 attack, 600 defense. So
Oh, not even with
this
Kidman.
card in a pure environment is really cool. You cannot use him to make either of your Xyz plays. He is not a 4 nor a 3.
Yeah. You would literally have to be like, you would have to literally play under some sort of dumb Yu-Gi-Oh card effect. I think there are a couple that just says, I increase your level by 1. All your
Fun fact.
monsters
We
are
nerfed
1 by
it just
1.
in case.
I have seen this card played more in like Cyburst pile decks than I have in Salamangreat decks.
Yeah,
I've
no,
actually
like, this
played
is-
this card just for additional discard, just in case.
Like, I think in limited environments he's not terrible, but definitely like once you start reaching, the structure deck era and beyond, playing a card that can't go into your, especially cannot go into your very important rank 3 is just like asking for
Yeah.
trouble, which is a shame because
Yeah.
otherwise, like I said, that guy's literally literally Snake Eyes Poplar. Like, he was doing it first. If this card's, or drawn to your hand, reveal him, just like...
Which
I mean, it's not
I'm
literally
glad he's not popular because then we would be calling everything mirrors, which would suck.
It's not literally Poplar, because Poplar is added to your hand for any reason. Reveal it.
Yeah.
Outside of your normal draw.
Yeah,
But Mirror is still, like... You have a built-in draw engine in this deck. You have several, actually, honestly.
What is it?
No, it's added to your hand
he's
except by drawing. So no, it's
whatever
just
that
you just search him.
fucker is.
You can summon him out, but he's just so bad for the deck that you can't. Well, not that bad for the deck, but you know what I mean. He's so much of a possible downtrod that his effect to just add an extra guy is not worth it.
Yeah. Like, he's decent, but it's like I said, this was much more in early Cyburst piles than Salamangreat.
Our next guy also has the wrong level for the deck, but he might be good enough that you could occasionally summon this guy out, because this is even more of a free summon.
Deck.
This is Salamangreat Mole. I love this guy. Look at this little guy.
I was talking about my favorite art. This is my favorite art.
This is literally just a mole in, like,
shit.
80s or 90s, like, armor. Like, that's great.
This is a Digimon, though. Like, this is just straight up a Digimon.
Also true.
Oh, well,
also
yeah.
true.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Also has that, I guess face, I would say lot loves do. The open mouth stuff, like, very derpy.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
like,
no,
he's a little
he's-
silly, but we love this guy.
Look at his face. Does that face have any thoughts?
No.
Only dig.
Also it has a visor. I almost mistook the green dots for eyes, was no, it's the visors where the eyes are.
Please tell me, for some odd reason, this fucker has a bounce effect.
No.
Not exactly, but he does do some digging.
But he does have reshuffling effect.
Yeah, this is a great recursion card for this deck. So Salamangreat Mole is a Fire Cyburst level 1 with 0/0. In this case, being a level 1 means he is a 1-for-1 target, so that's fine. During your main phase, if you link summon this turn, you can special summon this card from your hand to a zone of link monster points to. Freest special summon in the world. If you control no monsters, banish this card from your graveyard, target 5 Salamangreat cards in your graveyard, shuffle them in the deck, draw 2 cards. You can use each effect once per turn. So this is just Pot of Avarice / 5th Hope, if you remember from the Hero days. So yeah, just 5th Hope in a card. And then also, you get a free summon. What year did that one come out, Dallas?
Let me check. Because it was the one I'm looking at is after 2023.
Yeah, so we're not there yet.
Yeah, I think we're going alphabetical order of the first release. So.
Yeah, basically, we're talking about the cards that probably everybody remembers because they are from the kind of like the structure deck or earlier, the pre-2020 era, and then they did get several bits of support. So Salamangreat of Fire will be later. I think all the other guys are alphabetically later anyway.
But also, they have a screenshot for this guy. Great.
There's one that is Japanese only still.
And this one
Why is Bro
just
taking a
goes-
mud bath?
I think this guy just popped out of the ground when Soul Burn just summoned this guy. Just like pop.
Yeah, no, I love him. Now let's talk about a card I love less.
Yes.
Yeah. Alright, next one. Wait, this guy has 2 anime page effects. Oh.
Actually, I should mention I just was right into this. So it's pronounced Salamangreat in the OCG, but they use kanji to do it. It is Reincarnation Flame Beast, so
Yeah.
they got a thing going on.
Yep.
By not being beasts.
The only reason why Mole has 2 anime pages is just because they did not include this. They did not have the second effect done until later.
Anyway, it's Salamangreat Paro. It's a parrot.
Oh yeah,
That is so bad.
it's a parrot.
Like, honestly, I think this art's not terrible.
Yeah, I can
Except
see why it
that-
would be-
He's on fire. Like, genuinely, if this card wasn't on fire and if it was just a robot parrot, that'd probably be
Looks like a
fine.
parrot.
Well, it's Paro, so
Yeah.
yeah, it's a parrot, Dallas. Like,
No,
that's
I
yeah.
agree. The fire on the back isn't necessarily the problem. It's the fire on the front looks like Cheese Whiz.
Yes, the fire on the front of his body is not great.
Like, this is just bad art. Like,
the
well,
anime
a bad
skins
layer,
are
I should
better.
say.
well,
Yeah,
I could call this bad
that's
art.
at least a little more understandable. His mohawk's also
Yeah.
bigger.
This,
Yeah, the anime art's a
Otto.
lot better.
this guy is
Yeah.
your please don't die card.
Yep.
But bad though.
Yeah. Only on attack summon.
Yeah, so Paro is a level 5 Cyberse Fire, 2,000 attack, 1,000 defense. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can special summon this card from your hand in attack position. If this card is special summoned, target a Salmon Great monster in your graveyard. This card's attack becomes that target's. That is not mandatory. You can tribute this card to gain 2,000 LP. You can only use this effect once per turn. So it's on attack deck effect is not once per turn.
No.
So
but,
you can
like-
technically summon more of them. Unfortunately, I think the
But
problem
why,
we said
though?
before, right, is this is still a level 5, so like it's a dead card in hand. This is an anime problem-solving card. This is
Well,
how in the anime you stop an attack.
The other problem is, and call me crazy, up until recently, like with some boss monsters,
Hey.
like Salamangreats don't have the highest attack stats.
I can actually tell you what the
Yeah, I
anime
think
effect for it is.
Beat Bison is like 28. That's one of the biggest. Emerald is
Yeah.
28.
Yeah, 28.
Most of the extra deck monsters
Yeah,
are
but
not
the
that
extra
big.
deck is like
Phoenix is like,
23
what,
and under,
24?
and Phoenix is 28. But before Phoenix,
Yeah, before the Pyro and the Raging.
I mean, I
It
think
was
the idea
23.
is like literally you make one of those big guys, your opponent walks over them, and they don't have anything big enough to walk over it twice, basically, and then you go
Yeah.
Paro. Paro is now 28. Haha, and then you tribute him off to get 2,000 LP later. But
Yeah.
nah, it's not.
I can tell you the anime effect for this. Is when an opponent's monster declares an attack while you have 1,000 or less LP, you can special summon this card from your hand in attack position. If you do, you can make this attack become equal to the attack of one Salmon Great.
okay, what the fuck?
And you contribute this card, gain 2,000. And so it pretty much was a 1,000 or LP or less save me effect.
Weird ass anime
Sorry.
stuff.
Yeah.
But then they just change it to
Yeah.
not be that 1,000 or less.
I'm looking at the next card, and art is okay.
Well, Dallas, I do want to tell you, I am fairly certain that most people in Japan have not actually seen a raccoon now.
No, I understand, but holy shit.
This guy
We've
was
actually
never
talked about this
run
before.
ever.
Speaking of which, never seen a fox. A tanuki, a raccoon dog, is closer related to a fox than not, but is also a different animal.
Yep.
And seeing raccoon dogs at Vintage Toy, I'm like, what the fuck is that? That's just the weird fox.
Well, yeah, it's a tanuki. Raccoon dog is just the way we translate that one.
Yeah.
I mean, the Tanuki does vaguely look like a raccoon. They're just like fat and happy, whereas raccoons are feral little shitheads.
Gremlinology.
Yeah. They
I
are
do want
the
to say that
second-
this card, Salmon Great Raccoon, does have a certain amount of rabid gremlin energy to it.
Oh no!
Um,
yeah, they have captured the spirit of raccoon, not so much the appearance.
The structure of this card, though, is much closer to an armadillo.
or
Yeah,
like
that-
a bug samurai thing.
I
like-
was old school as a samurai thing. This looks like it would be perfect for the Six Samurais like mascot character. if it
Also,
wasn't on
stop me if
fire.
I'm wrong. This is literally just like somebody did a weird what if. This is just Oshawott, the samurai Pokemon, but fire, right?
That
Yeah.
would be. Well, I
And it's
mean,
probably equally as useless.
Or Samurott, I think is the final evolution. Is the one that's actually got a helmet.
Yeah, samurai.
Shots
yeah.
fired. Samurott is one of, if not the worst starter Pokemon of all time.
Okay, Dallas. I'll
think
kill your whole
it's-
family.
That's fine. In terms of viability is what I'm saying.
Dallas,
The only one
Pokemon
that might be
competitive is
worse-
fake. Nintendo doesn't care about it. It's not real.
What do you mean?
I think
What do you
it's-
mean? Pokemon competitive is very real.
So-
Whoever those people that are doing one-on-one, I don't know what that is. That's some weird thing they do. Pokemon is
Oh, the
2v2, bring
1-1
4.
So
Yeah.
here's my
I'm
incredibly
actually pretty sure,
dumb,
by the way,
stupid-
that is entirely made up by the fan base. I don't.
No, it's 100%. Nintendo refuses to support 1v1 Pokemon because it doesn't work as a
Yeah.
competitive format.
So, looking at
Uh,
this,
And
guy,
also,
just
Omega,
to remove-
I do have to dunk on you a little bit because currently competitive Pokemon is setting record attendance recently.
Yeah,
So
no,
if
it's. I'm making a joke because I do genuinely think that people we'll do a little side here. I think people are a little too emotionally invested in Pokemon beyond what even Nintendo is. Nintendo just wants your money. Or the Pokemon company wants your money. Nintendo appreciates that the Pokemon company keeps giving them money.
Yeah, and they
you know.
own 32% of the Pokemon company.
Like they're a 1/3 owner of the process. But
Yeah, well, less
the
than 1/3,
Pokemon
but-
fan base has generated a lot of extra action, stuff like Nuzlocke and other shit like that. People in the Pokemon fan base gives me weird looks, and it's like, that's fine. You could say I'm not a Pokemon fan because I have never given a shit about anything that is made entirely by the fandom. I missed that arc in my days on like
Yeah.
GameFAQs message boards. I was just wanted to know where all the TMs were. So like, it is a thing where like I do think there is certainly a pull for competitive Pokemon. Like, there's a reason why people
Well,
watch it, but I joke that
here's
it's
the
not
th-
real because like it's
I think that's a
like
wrong
Smogon and other shit
interpretation.
like that is like people take it extra from there. But
Oh no!
I
The 1v1 once again, the 1v1 Pokemon is fake and bad because it doesn't work because of how Pokemon moves work. I could get into that, but that takes a while. But what I'm saying is, and this is why I think you're wrong about them, because the Pokemon Company and Nintendo use competitive Pokemon as marketing. Because after the games come out, once the initial cycle of like everyone being excited that the game comes out, the way they market is through competitive Pokemon. They actually put a decent amount of money into VGC competitive Pokemon. Once again,
I think-
1v1 Pokemon is not real.
Yeah,
Don't
I
believe
think
me.
they also do like post like worlds like announcements which
Yeah.
put forest herald, and so it's more.
yeah,
marketing.
that's fair. They get enough.
Well,
But I mean,
1v1
but also
Pokemon always ends
I
in a
mean
boring
Dallas though. That I mean,
Skullfest.
still, I mean, then I have to hate on you personally. If I can't hate a faction, then I have to just be like, well, you're stupid and wrong because I don't give a fuck about
That's
competitive
fine.
Pokemon viability.
Also,
You
I
think
did
I
miss-
know
I
somebody?
did misspeak. I did misspeak. I forgot Meganium existed again.
Also true.
Meganium is the least viable competitive Pokemon.
R.I.P.
Smarter.
Chikorita.
Uh,
You're
Smarter.
number one in
The
our
best com-
hearts because you're not
It's
number one
actually-
anywhere else.
It's actually a lot easier to determine the best competitively viable Pokemon starter than it is the worst. Spoiler:
It-
the best competitive is Incineroar. It's not close, not at all.
the number one most hated Pokemon by Wolfie.
Uh,
No,
But
the most hated Pokemon I think is Xerneas.
That-
this
Both of them.
this is technically a raccoon. I think if you showed this to somebody, they would be like, "What's this weird fucked up raccoon?" But it is a weird fucked up raccoon. Like, it's the tail's also a little small. And it's not like, again, this is one of those things where like the artist definitely like understood kind of how a raccoon works, but they definitely went, well, Tanuki's a raccoon dog, so it's close enough, right? Because this is a Tanuki color scheme.
I actually agree with this art for one reason. This isn't the picture of a raccoon you
Splinter
see
Shredder.
in like books, in books and stories where they show you these cute pictures that trick you into thinking raccoons are adorable. This is the raccoon you see out by your trash can at midnight, like that wants to murder you.
Yeah. No, this is the you took a picture with your phone camera that's lit
Yeah.
like shit, and there's a raccoon here who's like, fire.
Fire.
This
This card.
This is another one
Yeah.
that's, I believe, like,
Not-
not great, but has had playable ability before. Let's see, yeah. When your
this-
Salmon Great Monster is targeted for an attack by an opponent monster, you can send this card from your hand to graveyard. Target 2 monsters in the battle, gain LP equal to the attack of your opponent's monster, and your target monster can't be destroyed. This is a much better anti-battle hand trap than the last guy,
Yeah.
than
And
Pero.
this card only appeared in one episode. It was the episode where Soul Burner just beat the Blue Girl. Through
When your
bullshit
Salmon Great
anime
Monster
thing.
destroys an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, while this card's in your graveyard, add it back to your hand. You can only use each effect once per turn.
Yeah.
So, this is, like, genuinely, this is a card that you probably would cut completely these days just because you have so many better names to play. But if you have less names, this is not a terrible card to have.
Yeah.
Because it makes you gain LP and makes your guy indestructible by that battle. So you just, dodge a battle, a single battle, gain some LP. And he
think I found the
recycles back
reference.
if you do run over by battle.
I think I
If
found
they
the
have a-
reference picture.
Better.
Classic, that's a raccoon meme.
What was that Cyber Sandrip? I'm going to look it up right now.
All right, our next one is going to be one that also is, like, super well known. Though I think which animal it's supposed to be is a little less obvious. I'm pretty sure, though, that this is speaking of being armadillo-like, I'm reasonably certain that Spinny is literally an armadillo. Or possibly a pangolin. Again, talking about
Yep.
cool New World animals.
That's
Yeah,
a
I
spin
think-
boy.
Yeah, I think that is a pangolin. I
Spin
remember
me
my-
right round. Anyway, Spinny's another one that's like, first of all, super cute, but also another all-time classic.
Oh, yeah, I found the card that was the actual cantrip that Salmon Great sometimes used.
Yeah, I actually play Prohibit Snake. Yeah.
Anyone else getting weird, like what was it, Wheel of Pain or whatever it was, vibes from this?
Nightmare Wheel. He is kind of shaped like that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because Nightmare Wheel is also like weirdly asymmetrical. I also do kind of wonder, why does he have a giant like Chaos Emerald in his chest?
Oh, yeah, that is. He's powered by the Chaos Emerald. He's just about to Chaos control you.
He does spin,
I
but
will
no,
say
this,
I don't necessarily agree that this is a armadillo lizard. I
I
think
said,
it's a spined lizard. Like I think it's a spined horned lizard.
He's faster than Sonic.
no, it's curling, Dallas. It's an armadillo or a pangolin. It's probably a pangolin because it's much sharper. Like it could actually be a lizard. There are spined lizards, like you said, that are kind of resemble this. But like I just assume because it's rotating that it's got to be a pangolin, which is a mammal, but does look like some kind of weird, alien creature.
Yeah, I'm now looking at the pangolin thing. Yeah, it looks like that. Except that the pangolin has a longer snout.
They do, because they're anteaters, I believe. Oh my god, why?
Yeah.
Sorry, they're just as
about
usual.
everything
Like the
involved with
Google
the
search, the
anteater.
default is just like the cutest image ever of a pangolin. I will grab not that one, but for reference. And I think this is a relatively tame. There are, I think, some species that are out there, but they have big claws. They have scaled like all the way to the tip of their nose, and they have really long tails, and they have kind of pointed spikes that overlap
Look at
like this.
guy.
And they do curl into balls like an armadillo.
Okay, I think I found what it's based on.
What?
Because fucking dumbass Yu-Gi-Oh! Wiki used the wrong species. They said it's an
Well,
armadillo lizard. It is in fact an armadillo gilded lizard, which is different because they look like this.
Oh, that is pretty
Okay,
similar
I can
as
see
well.
it.
That's pretty similar as well.
Science
Small
say
fits in
that.
your hand.
He bite his own tail.
Well, that's
No.
how you become rounded.
That's how you become
I did have a
bald.
thing with like the. Here, let me copy this image. The
Is it bad that my first innate sense is that you should beat this thing up when it gets big to harvest its materials to make armors and weapons?
Also, yeah, there's that. Also, watch out, it's just about to use rollout on you.
yeah. Put a bomb in its mouth.
It's a fucking Magatama from Nocturne. Oh my god.
But yeah, Spinny is a crazy good card back in the day because it's basically
still
free
pretty
discard.
decent.
It's a level 3, so we're back on 3s. 1,000 attack, 1,500 defense. If you control Salamangreat, you can discard it. Target a face-up monster on the field, it gains 500 attack, which can be relevant, but that's not the most relevant effect. The most relevant effect is the fact that it's basically free discard. You can discard him for almost any reason.
Yeah, discard this to get Gazelle into effect into play.
And then, if you control a Salamangreat other than Salamangreat Spinny and this card's in your graveyard, you can special summon it, but banish it when it leaves the field. So it just... You can only use each effect once per turn, but not only one that turn. So basically, it's really free to get in your graveyard. You can special summon him back with his own effect or with another effect, and it just does a lot, like, gets a lot of your plays going. Again, they might have a critical mass of names that they don't need to play Spinny anymore, but he's probably still a decent one of, just because as often
he's
with decks.
Yeah, one.
As often as the problem with decks like this, a lot of these guys are all like hard onces. So if you want to just spam forever, you need a certain, critical mass of names.
Yeah.
Because if you miss the names, you're just done. You're out.
I think I usually just run him at a 2.
Oh god, what the hell?
What?
Dallas is just going down the list and he's like looking at Wolvie.
No, I'm looking at Tiger.
Oh, well, that's also
Oh.
another one to look at. That one's also later. Dallas, don't look at Wolvie. You don't need to look at Wolvie. It's okay.
Wolvie won't hurt him,
Unfortunately for
he's
Dallas,
not
we're
real.
we're all looking at Wolvie. I think Wolvie's problem is that you can tell this is supposed to be a Wolverine. But also, like, again, it's a very fucked up robot Wolverine. This is a fucking random enemy from Mega Man X.
I will come to bat for this a little more than some of the other arts, because I at least know what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, like I
It's
said,
like
this
a
one at
Wolverine
least...
slash Badger, but Badgers and Wolverines are, I think, from the same family.
I'm
So,
pretty sure
like,
they're related, yeah.
I'm not gonna.
This looks like something you'd fight in a robotic JRPG.
Well, like I said, this
There's
feels like a random Mega Man X enemy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I don't mind this one because I think it is what it was going for, and unlike a lot of the other ones, the fire is actually done well, so I'm gonna give them credit for that. Like, I love the fire coming out underneath the plates. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
And I think honestly, most of them are supposed to look like that. It's just that, like we said, the
Some of the
art of the
artists are
fire in this
questionable.
is very like baby's first Photoshop. Some of these arts also
then-
genuinely are just like they're just straight up like redrawn frames from the anime.
Yeah.
And then you look at the anime
Really.
shot, it's like, oh, doesn't look so good.
I
Yeah.
do believe Reigns had some problems with funding.
Yeah, I think at least with for the first season or so they had like 4 like recap episodes. Then they fired the guy who was the director of that, then they brought in a new guy.
So, Salamangreat Wolvie is another level 4, 700 attack, 1000 defense. A monster that was link summoned using this card's material can't be destroyed by battle or card effects for the rest of that turn. That's alright. And then you can use each of the following effects once per turn. If this card is special summoned from the graveyard, target a fire in your graveyard, add it to your hand. If this card's added from your graveyard to your hand by an effect, you can reveal it, target a fire monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. So again, Wolvie is probably not like the greatest card in the universe in 2025, but this is a very steady like loop of resources to just like keep adding extra guys back, and also is technically generic. It is just targets fires.
Yeah. So, guess maybe this would be just a very crappy. Unless there's a very good like fire deck that would actually use this, it would probably never be used.
But yeah, there is at least like some utility there, but it's
Probably, like-
probably not very relevant these days.
Yeah.
But it could be.
I do want to say earlier because I feel like I have to defend myself a little bit. At least Hisuian Samurott is better.
I mean,
Yeah,
I joke about like the whether or not competitive Pokemon is real. You are right though that I do think Nintendo will, or technically probably Game Freak, but somebody in the pipeline will like backpatch stuff. Like I think that's why they started doing regional variants of Pokemon. Is it lets them revisit Pokemon who maybe they didn't give a fair shake to. Because I'll be real, chat, there are Pokemon that, like, baseline Pokemon games are pretty easy outside of challenge mode, but there are a lot of generations of Pokemon. There are some Pokemon that are bad even in base game. There are absolutely team filler Pokemon who are good for, like, maybe the first, 10 or 20 levels, and then you're like, okay, you go in the PC now, bud.
I also want to be clear. When I say Samurott is bad, I meant bad for a starter Pokemon. Most starter Pokemon, with few exceptions, are in like the middle of the pack in terms of power. There aren't really any like awful starter Pokemon other than Meganium.
So, one of the funniest things I can think about when it comes to starters is I love Blaziken, but I know objectively Mudkip is the best starter for Hoenn.
Yeah, for the game, definitely.
Also with like, Gen 2 Meganium was the worst choice because of so many different gyms that were just bad for it. And then Gen 3
I know.
Samurott Gen 3 was Samurott
is like...
No, not Samurott, Marshtomp.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, Water Ground is like a super based team type comp.
Also, Swampert can just sweep the Battle Frontier easy.
Yeah, for the
Muddy Water was Swampert's iconic move, I think.
I think, which unfortunately is still not a great move because it's 90% accurate. I hate that.
Yes, we know, but it was pretty decent. I mean, back in the day, I was a Trico boy, but I at least appreciate Mudkip outside of the meme, and like, y'all know, I know that groundwaters are cool.
Speaking about at least Meganium is actually the best starter in Legend ZA.
Well, I assume it got a mega form, so it might have
There's that. Plus its matchups in ZA are much better.
Yeah, I think I would presume they wouldn't put him in the game if they weren't going to give him some advantages. Yes, this was printed a couple of times.
I haven't heard much or seen much about ZA. I have seen what was it, Mega for Alligator looks like, and I'm like, at first I was like, this looks stupid, and then I saw it in action, went, oh no, this is stupid. I love it.
The toilet
like some people like go for like, man, some megas are weird, but like I know people were like, oh, Mega Starmie, but then you see the memes and you're like, oh shit, Mega Starmie.
Mega Starmie is amazing. What are you talking about?
Now seeing Mega Meganium was just like, they gave him disco pants.
I honestly, like, I mean, right now, ZA's blowing up a lot because, as usual for Pokemon, the character designs are, like, super choice. And also for like, coverage, you can have NPCs with a wide variety of skin tones that look good. We're making bold strides. But other responses I've heard are a little more mixed. It seems interesting. Some people are kind of against the fact that it is a more focused experience. You literally don't leave the city. But it is a Legends game, so it's like supposed to be different.
Yes, they're focused on the whole thing being focused, real time. Like, some people didn't like the real time because it was like, it always has, they're the Pokemon purists.
I mean, and what I say this, if you are a Pokemon purist, if you want to play pure, wait for the next fucking gen.
Still play
It'll be coming.
Well, technically, there's a game coming out before that.
Yeah.
To be fair, again, this is Legend ZA. It's not a main quote unquote main. This motherfucker.
And I think a lot of people really liked Legends Arceus because it was different in multiple ways. I think Legend Arceus is funny because they weaponized your Cynthia PTSD.
Yeah.
I think
also,
Legends Arceus is hilarious because the Pokemon keep trying to kill you.
That's
Pokemon
also very.
Legends-
That's the thing. Also, that's really cool. Is it's like, hey, remember all those thoughts you had about, man, isn't it super dangerous to live in a Pokemon world? Pokemon Legends is like, yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Alpha Rapidash is approaching
yeah,
you.
yeah.
You will die.
His Hisui, whatever it's called, is just like based on Kaido, Japan.
Oh, that's
So
actually
it
very
does
timely,
have a
Ghost
couple
Adventure.
of the tribes that are based on the Ainu. Aina?
Yes, it is. Anyway,
I can type in
yeah.
Alpha Rapidash.
But
Loth talked about it. This is
no.
Salmon Great Almirage. You've seen this fucker. You want to talk about Link ones that are annoying? I think it's coin flip which of the two Salmon Great Link ones is the more frustrating to play against. If you're actually playing against Salad, Balinx is a very annoying card for a reason we're going to talk about. Almirage is arguably too generic. It is arguably too generic of a Link 1. It's really fucking annoying. Which is funny because it's just an Almirage, which is just a folklore creature, which is a horned rabbit that allegedly can scare dragons.
And it says, one normal / set monster.
Yeah. So he is a cute little guy, but everybody
It's
sees
very
him and
cute.
just goes, "Does this look like the face of mercy to you?"
Like,
I think this
Almirage
might be
Fire
the card I hate.
Cybers Link 1. Yeah.
I think this might be the card I hate the most on this list.
I feel like this card
Yeah.
just appeared in multiple like versions of
Yeah.
that Alistair deck.
It appears in
Particularly,
everything.
Unfortunately,
Like I
this
said,
card
he's too
is
generic.
generic.
Yes. He's too generic. Almirage is a Link 1. It's got 0 attack. Its materials are just exactly one normal summon monster with 1,000 or less attack. And you might go, oh, well, that means you can't do blah, blah, blah Link stuff. No, but it also means decks that wouldn't normally care about Link summoning can use Almirage to do stuff. Alistair is obviously one of them because you don't give a shit if Alistair's in the graveyard. Thanks, Invocation. But also, so many other decks can play with this. So, quick effect. You can tribute this card. Target one monster you control. It can't be destroyed by opponent's card effects this turn. When a normal summon monster you control is destroyed by battle, while this card's in your graveyard, special summon this card. You can only use this effect once per turn. So, this is just a really annoying guy.
So if you can, this. I guess we could go into the bird deck. That one bird. Do the breezy, flowy, easy cards even have a 1,000 or less?
Fluunderees? Yeah, they have several little guys who are less than 1,000, I'm pretty
I
sure.
guess they can make this guy. No.
Yeah, they're all normal
It's
summons,
probably
yeah.
because of how generic and what things it does.
You
But-
see him a lot, and he's just very annoying. Like, it's just a
Yeah.
card that, like, hypothetically, you get to... hypothetically,
Because
you can
any deck
activate this card
protection.
multiple turns. Yeah,
Yeah.
and you can activate this card multiple
It's-
times in a turn because you can go quick effect tribute. If a card gets destroyed by battle, you summon him back. Then you can immediately quick effect tribute again. Like, you can possibly blank to protect 2 cards.
And people
Yeah,
might
from
think
effect
it's like,
destruction.
oh, but isn't it good that we're giving a bunch of decks access to protection? They can protect themselves from the big scary things. It's like, no, because the people that give their things protection are like the big negate monster Bungulator 9000 who...
Yeah,
Hello,
it's just the fact that
Barone.
it's target any monster
Hello.
is just so irritating.
Yeah.
Anyway, the card that I personally find way more annoying in Salomon Great is
Oh,
their
in
Link 1 against the
Salomon
field
Great.
spell, Balinx.
Yeah. Yeah. I love
Finally, it's a
this
cat
card.
that looks like a cat.
Its effect cannot really be interacted with, except for the add effect.
Yeah, no. So this is the Link 1 that gets the
Unless
field spell, but
you-
it also does some
oh.
other stuff that's really annoying. I haven't ever seen them before, but I like that his little toe beans are properly heart shaped. That's super cute. How dare you? How dare you try and pretend you're not a war crime, mister?
I
a
don't
little
like that
criminal.
it looks like it's wearing a diaper.
His butt is big. It's true. I think it's because he's a robot, but
I know it is, but it does look like a diaper.
He has a barrel butt. His butt is a tube. Also, like, it's not bad, but I do definitely think that, like, the torch tail is, like,
Yeah.
it's a little, you know.
We'll talk about bad tails later. There's a card that I saw that I'm like, what the fetish art is this?
It's a little over the top, but he's definitely not the worst guy we've seen. Like, we're just nitpicking at this point. And we don't have to
Very
because,
Egyptian
like,
themed, like very obviously Egyptian.
Yeah.
Adjacent.
Yeah.
and I don't know if this is supposed to be because it's called Berurinksu.
Yeah.
Like,
that's
I don't-
pretty much-
Know if this is supposed to be a specific mythological creature because it's called Bale Lynx. Lynx obviously is a species of big cat.
I think it's actually more supposed to be based on the art. Because no, I'm just gonna go based on the name because that would lead us so wrong if we did it by that. So yeah, it's supposed to be a lynx.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could probably read you what this guy does in my sleep. It's a Fire Cyberse Link 1. Yeah, there's no mythological creature listed, so this one's a little bit of an outlier. I guess like Heat
I think it's
Leo
supposed
could
to be
normal.
I think it's supposed to be a boss, a reference to boss. But
It could be. But
Yeah,
Berurinksu is like very, very open-ended. Like Heat Leo's a little like generic. You could say that's not mythological, but lions are also super popular. Sunlight Wolf is a wolf, but he's also a wolf man, so that could be a
he's
werewolf, you know?
He's a werewolf.
Almirage is a very much a mythological creature. But Balinx is 500 attack, 1 level 4 or lower Cyberse monster, so he is at least Cyberse locked. If this card is Link summoned, you can add Salamangreat Sanctuary from your deck to your hand. If a Salamangreat cards you control will be destroyed without a card effect, you can banish the card from your graveyard. Instead, you can only use each effect once per turn, thank God, but yeah, this is the protection, like, replacement effect.
Yeah.
And that's just, like, that's a really hard one to interact with. You have to basically preemptively, like, DD Crow or otherwise, or called by or otherwise, like, single out Balinx ahead of time.
Or you just use one of your multiple like board wipes and just get them to use.
Yeah,
it.
you have to have multiple board wipes, or you have to have non-destruction interaction, which is obviously having a couple of those in your back pocket is important too, but...
And sometimes they want to protect their field spells so they can get it that way.
Good.
But if you just want to get around that, just play, what's the Banish quick play? I think it's
Cold
like
Buy?
No, not that one. The Banish quick play that banishes a spell or trap.
Oh,
I
Cosmic
do
Cyclone,
like
yeah.
how much Call by does hurt this deck.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've come back. Why are we looking at Wind Up Kitten?
No, this
Funny
is
enough,
not nearly
the Wind Up Kitten
as
looks
much as
much cooler than
Tchotchke.
this. But yes, this is.
See,
is
I
a
disagree
robot.
because I think, and this might be another hot take from me. I think that fucking Lucky Cat looks creepy as shit. I've always thought that thing looks creepy.
He's got big eyes. Okay, hold on. So,
No, Dallas with a weird take. Must be a day that ends with Y.
Yeah.
I think I need to look at the alt art for this. So next
And you can say that's
alphabetically
me,
is
and I'll
Heat Leo.
accept that. That
We
wasn't
could talk about the lower ones, but let's just do Heat Leo because I don't want to delay the process any. We have been here for 2.5
Sorry.
hours, and we're not even through the
I
first
know.
wave.
But before we do go on, can I say one final thing about that cat that just went past?
Yeah.
It had heart-shaped toe beans. All these,
Yes.
oh, this is a little paw pad.
That is very, very cute. Yes,
That's it.
I observed that
Okay.
earlier.
So
I
for
think
this
this
guy-
guy's alt art might be better. I have
Yeah.
questions and concerns about Heat Leo, though.
He has like
What?
head like things attached to his arms. And
What's wrong with this
oh, yeah,
Digimon?
Yeah, no, I was like, this is a perfectly reasonable Mega Digimon. What do you mean? This is like a new Garurumon form, right?
No, hold on. There is actually a guy that this guy is very.
Also,
similar
is there
to.
not already like a burning or flaming Leomon? Like, did we not just take
Yeah.
Leomon and stick an adjective on him?
Hold on. Not quite Leomon. There is a guy.
Let me bring up
that
the
was-
Leomon list.
Okay, I'm just popping up the anime fact, which actually puts it more into effect. But yeah, those are giant, just head claws.
Yeah. No, the alt art is not much better. It's a little better, but it's not much better. No, it's a little too small. Helio's wild. He is definitely just a Digimon. So he's got a main. Oh, I'm grabbing too big. Should probably turn off transparency just in case. But yeah. So he's got a big fire main. That's cool. He also has giant crescent blades coming out of the side of his head.
Yep.
And as we did point out, his arms/hands are just more mouths and possibly guns.
He'll bite
So-
you 3 ways.
There is
And then
no
burn
Leo
you.
one that I can think of that this guy reminds me of, but I grabbed a picture of fucking Apollomon.
Okay. Yeah, that's close enough.
It's pretty close.
Yeah, but
So
yeah, this one has the orange.
And at least in the face area, I would say this one is pretty similar.
Yeah, I can
Um,
I know this effect by the back of my hand,
Oh no!
but
This is heavy Leomon.
it's what
Did Loda Leomon just stand up?
2 effect
Transform?
monsters. One is
Also, did Yu-Gi-Oh do a crossover with Digimon?
then
If not, Konami should sue. I just found this.
what?
Hold on, I gotta
Is that
tap.
a-
Leomon X antibody.
That is just an
This is
X-Saber.
why that's not on purpose, right? Like,
Yeah,
That is just an X-Saber.
yeah. I can know this.
You know what's
effect
funny? I
by the
saw,
back of
to
my
me, it
hand.
looks like fucking Leomon's trying to do a fucking Guts cosplay.
Yeah. That.
Oh, X antibodies are weird.
Anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Heat Leo.
Yes.
About the effect, I can read it out. It's Link 3 Fire. It's the Fire Link 3 effect monster. 2 effect monsters for its materials. Actually, it's 2 fire monsters. So it's pretty much locked to fire, and it has the first effect has it once summoned will you can get the unicorn effect without having to discard, so you can spin back a face down card. But I think unicorn does the face up too, so it's
Yeah,
sort of
Unicorn's
works.
any card. Heat Leo is specifically a card in the spell trap zone.
And this one I forgot to mention has 2300 attack, which is pretty much the Proteg and best friends like usual 2300 for brains. But this other effect, which is when this reincarnation link summoned, you can choose one monster in your graveyard, just any monster. It doesn't have to be a fire monster. You can change any of your monsters or any of your opponent monsters to that effect, to that attack points. So if you want to zero out a monster in your opponent's field, boom.
Yeah, Heat Leo is pretty decent. If nothing else, its Link Climb effect to shuffle back, spin back a card, pretty good.
And it's not once per turn for that spin back.
Yeah, it's just whenever he's summoned, so you can get a couple out. He can be a fairly solid boy.
And if you do with, I think, both the honorary Salmon Creek card and the spell card, you can just do it like 3 times total. But yeah,
pretty
this
solid.
guy is pretty solid. He combos pretty well with Violet Chimera.
like he's a decent art. It's just, like I said, it's very Digimon.
Yeah, very Digimon.
And also specifically, like, I want to say, like, very high level Digimon. Like, he's got lots of extra bits and bobbins.
Yeah, he's a ultimate or mega, but for
Oh.
sure.
Also, looking at this guy's head, it looks like an Archfiend skull almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, his head's a little weird. His head's a little weird shaped. I'm not sure exactly what's going on
Yeah.
there.
Makes all that-
He's
makes me
an
wanna
honorary
put, like,
Archfiend.
toppings on it.
Let's talk about another card that's good. In fact, so good, this guy went to jail for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy was banned. Salmon Great Circle was limited, then Gazelle was limited. Those were the three. Oh yeah, fun fact about Duel Link Salmon Great. The only card that was limited in any sort of way was the card that wasn't any of those ones.
Hold on, sorry. It looks like we turned Zeb Striker, the Pokemon, into a fucking Steel Fire type.
Hey,
That
Juan,
is just
shut
a
up about
regional of
future
Striker.
cards, okay? We're not talking about Zebroid X. Anyway, this is Mirage Stalio. He's a Heat
Stalio,
Mirage
God
and a
damn it.
Stalio, yes. This is one of the
So
Xyz.
I think the mythical creature thing is just made up, or they just didn't care. Because
Uh,
stallions
I-
are not mythical creatures.
Well, this one is like called Mirage Stalio, and he does have wings. Like if you look at the anime screenshot, he looks like he's more of a fire Pegasus. I don't know why he's called Mirage Stalio though. But
Stallion just means horse with a dick.
it's a weird case where like some of them are clearly mythical. Like later we'll get Pyro Phoenix, even though again Pyro Phoenix is much more of just a Tokusatsu guy or a Digimon.
Yeah.
A Digimon Tokusatsu guy.
Or
But like some
just
of them
for-
are semi-mythical and some of them are not. Like Blaze Dragon and Violet Chimera definitely. But
Well, actually, I got one up for that. It's just the Phoenixes are just stands.
they are just stands. But Mirage Stalio is your rank 3. It's a Cybers Ixie, rank 3, fire, obviously. 2000 attack, 900 defense. Completely generic. Any 2 level 3 monsters will do it. So if you're not fire locked, you can do fucking like Terror Top, engines, shit like that.
Yeah. so
Detach a
pretty
material
much-
from this card. Special summon a Salmon Great from your deck in defense position. You can't activate monster effects for the rest of this turn except fire.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool,
Pretty
great.
much do everything. Do every other effect before you do this one if you don't want to lock yourself to fire.
But then you can detach, just summon from deck. And then if this Xyz summoned card is sent to the graveyard as material for a link summon of a Salmon Great, target a monster on the field, return it to the hand. You can only use each effect once per turn.
Bounce.
So that works
Which is
if you're going
great.
second. That works if you're going first to just reload a Salmon Great to your hand if you need to.
Yeah.
Or don't use it and just use it for the fact that it's a free fucking guy.
Yep.
You just detach, summon a guy from deck.
Yeah. Bounce that annoying boss monster back to hand if it's not unaffected.
Yeah, so like it's another very solid one, and obviously like on the one hand, I'm glad they unbanned it, because like obviously summon from deck can be very powerful. This does lock you to fire effects,
Yeah.
Which is not
this
nothing.
Is like, yeah, it's that generic 2 level 3, so
but also there's
Hopefully
just like
there's
so
no-
many fucking there's so many gosh darned extenders in Cybers that like, oh no, you can summon a Salmon Great from your deck is like not even that crazy.
yeah. Like, I know there's this point where this is generic material, so if you can fit in a Salmon Great package, you can just do this.
I think the main thing is just that it's not as good as Salmon Great is. I just don't think there is a
But it's not really good for a package if you do Mirage Stelio.
Yeah. Actually, I'm very
But
sorry. I guess they
everything
just
else-
retrained him. Yeah, Mirage Stallion is really good. Like I said, I'm glad they did unban him. The only thing I will say is
But
that he does have flaming Konami orbs. That's a little odd.
Yeah, that. Also,
But I like
I'm
the
sort of
colors.
sad they did not do a reincarnation summon for this guy too.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool to like. I know it's harder with Ixies, but like you can just give him an extra effect to like. You can also special summon this by or
you
Ixie
can
summon
rank
this
this
by
on top of.
yeah. And
I
say
think-
if it has Mirage Stalio as material, you can do blah blah blah.
Yeah, I know that it's the rank 4 that can just go back into this guy.
It's very funny. Ugh. Sorry, I said
Rank
yawn.
down.
But I'm actually quite surprised this doesn't have alt art, but I guess they did basically make a second version of him. It's Pyro Phoenix. Say you were not wrong earlier when you said this guy's just a stand. This is just a fucking stand.
I meet my stand, Pyro Phoenix. What does he do? He blows you away.
I mean, listen, that is just
Yeah.
Magician's Red.
Yeah. Also, yeah, this guy, the Blue Flames, that's when he's in his reincarnated form.
See, you say stand, I say Common Rider. Personally.
Oh,
I mean, I'm not an expert in Common Rider. This could be, but parts of this are a little too alien, I think. Like, his waist is a little too narrow, and his legs and arms are also, like, really skinny.
I understand, but also Common Rider doesn't always follow anything like that.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I assume at least some of them, biologically, a man has to fit in the suit.
True, but also some of them are just CG.
Also true, I guess. But yeah,
Yeah.
Pyro Phoenix, big ass guy.
Much more Common Rider villain, I should say.
Pyro Phoenix is a Link 4 Fire Cyber. So it has a cross-shaped, so front, back, left, right. It is also 2+ fire effect monsters, so we're keeping the Link climbing effects pretty simple. If it's Link summoned using Salamangreat Pyro Phoenix as material, destroy all cards your opponent controls. It's very funny. You may remember this from a Master Saga where that happened. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. You can target a Link monster in your opponent's graveyard, special summon it to your opponent's field, so you can give them monsters to control for your Salamangreat effects. If a Link monster is special summoned to your opponent's field, except during a damage step, target one of those monsters, destroy it, inflict damage equal to the opponent's attack. It doesn't even destroy it. So you can set up the burn effect as well. And also, like I said, if they don't have anything on board, it lets you put things on board for some of your effects.
yeah.
Pyro Phoenix is okay. He's 2,800. I think we mentioned that earlier, but to remind everybody.
Yeah. I've seen a video of someone just doing like Pyro Phoenix, do that, and then just use the Charmer's trap card just to burn the rest of the life points away. So they can actually do it in like one turn if they really do. I think it's like Salamangreat Volcanic.
Yeah, I think these days you can just play Volcanic.
Yeah.
Volcanics are pretty solid.
Yep. Volcanics can, if they're not soft, they just kill you one turn.
So yeah, Pyro Phoenix, I mean, I see why they retrained him. Pyro Phoenix is cool. Just do some burn damage and also blow up your opponent's board, maybe, is like not the greatest. It's still good. And like I said, there was a Master Saga play that involved, reincarnation summoning Pyro Phoenix, which is very funny. So in limited, it's very useful, but it's definitely kind of like the thing that's like,
Yeah.
okay, that's neat.
This was used in the duel against Bowman, which was one of the villains in season 2. It was essentially an AI created by another AI. So AIception.
Damn it.
I don't know
And,
why, by the way, but the wiki has our next guy, Sunlight Wolf, as they just have a scan of his ghost rare. I don't know why. The Master Duel art has the correct color.
Yeah. Of course. They even put this in... I actually see if they put it
But
in-
Sunlight Wolf is the Link 2. It's exactly 2 fire effect monsters. 1800 attack. If a monster is normal or special to a zone this card points to, except during the damage step, add a fire from your graveyard to your hand. With the rest of this turn, you can't normal summon, set, or special summon monsters with the added monster's name. During your main phase, if you control this card that was Link summoned using Sunlight Wolf as material, you can add a Salamangreat spell trap from your graveyard to your hand. You can use each effect once per turn. So Sunlight Wolf's first effect is good to add back. Obviously, since it locks you out of activating that effect and special summoning it, it's a little tough. The primary thing is this card is a great card to reincarnation summon because it lets you, during your main phase, recycle your spell traps back.
Yeah.
Spoilers, you have some good spell traps.
Yeah, true. But this guy is pretty much, if you could slot this guy into any sort of fire deck, you do adjust it for recurring stuff.
Yeah.
Because I saw
He
this
lets you
in
recycle.
Snake Eye, Fire King, etc.
Yeah, his recycle effect to resummon if a card is summoned to a zone he points to is generic to just fires, so
Yeah.
very good way to get guys back. And also means that you could play, like, some Salmon Great stuff.
Yep. Yeah, most of the time you just do Jack Jaguar with this guy just to get back Gazelle.
But yes, it's a good guy. Now we get to talk about, though, not much to say about the art. He's a wolf, but on fire. He is definitely more of a werewolf than a wolf.
If it wasn't on fire, you could almost say it was like X-Saber.
Yeah, this guy could be a bunch of different archetypes. I'm noticing some Konami orbs creeping in some of the extra deck monsters, but they're not everywhere, so it's not crazy. I will also say, don't know what's going on with this kind of like yellowish green undertone he's got. The silver's good and the darker green's good, but the kind of yellowy green, I'm a little like, is that just supposed to be the lighting of the fire on his green? I don't know. But he could certainly be worse.
Could be better.
So we get to talk about Violet Chimera. Also, yes, chat, you weren't privy to Loth saying it, but he's... remember that Loth lives upside down, so it's becoming summer for him?
It's felt like summer for a little while now.
I mean, it may feel like summer, but I'm pretty sure it's not actually summer, because we just passed the autumnal equinox, so I think you should be in spring?
Yep.
But that's okay, I understand, bro. As, by the way, even though it is cooling off now, it's like 64 degrees, Burger. It was in the 80s earlier today, despite being in fall. So, like, yeah, I understand, man.
Yeah. Florida and where I'm at, very similar when it comes to when it's temperature.
The temperature range, yeah. I think where I live in, because I'm pretty north in Florida, where I live now, it actually gets, like, decently cold in exactly the dead of winter. But, yeah. We get to talk about, though, our boy, we mentioned it earlier, Violet Chimera.
Okay.
Who actually is another card that looks pretty sick.
Yeah. Also, I disagree with the trivia for Sound Rick Fire Chimera. It's like, say it's the evolved fusion form of Heat Leo.
I mean, so, like... Yeah. I will say, at least, Wikipedia says this better. It does not say that. It's just like, it's a chimera.
Okay, I actually can kind of see it with the head, with the anime straight up.
So, with the traditional Greek chimera, a lion is one of the parts. And then also, goat, snake. This is not that, though, because it's got two snake heads, and its arm definitely looks more like a dragon, probably. This is definitely the same artist who drew Heat Leo, but yeah, it's a weird little guy, but I like him.
Let me go grab an image.
Apparently this guy is right arm is a bird.
I will say it's very funny. The Yugipedia is like in the trivia page. This card's name being Violet and Violet color scheme references how fusion monster cards are violet, and I'm like, I mean, you're probably not wrong, but also, news at 11, I guess. Water is wet.
The water is wet. Big water.
Also, fusion monster cards aren't violet. They're purple. Violet is a different shade.
Those in the chat, this guy reminds me of a very skinny fucking Doctramon.
I mean, Dallas, I am literally looking at the hex code for Violet, and the flower Violet is pretty close to the Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Yeah, the purple. Well, purple is
like I know some people try to be like. This is what Google says violet is. That's
If
pretty
we
close to
want
fusion
to be-
cards.
Yeah,
If we want to be pedantic, the color I would most associate with fusion, to me, is deep lilac. But I didn't want to get like that technical.
yeah. There's at least a fun fact about the color purple is your brain just trying to figure out what the red and blue wavelengths of something is, and it's just like, oh, I'm just going to combine this together and stop confusing myself.
Well, yeah, that's there's a reason why purple wraps around, but there is also I believe violet rather is a true
but
color because
violet,
there's
yeah,
a
it's
nanometer length of light associated with it.
Yes, it is.
But there is a reason why your wheel wheels around. I mean, Dallas, you could say dark lilac, but also everybody mock Dallas because lilac is a pale purple.
I didn't say dark lilac, I said deep lilac. But yes.
Anyway, no, like if you want to, people want to argue about like what color trap cards are. I think they're not like bright enough to be a magenta. Now magenta, that's by the way, that's a color that's not real.
There's a term for it, but I can't remember. It's like a specific kind of like vibrantish pink. I can't remember
But
what it's called.
it's a very like bright, purple pink. And again, that's kind of the thing of like if you look at like a color wheel and stuff, like the violets into the pinks like happens because of that transition zone we talked about from red to blue. So like
Yeah.
but like
I
magenta
do
is
like-
not a like true color.
Yeah. I do like this card's design.
Anyway,
Except for
Violet Chimera's
maybe
cool.
the legs.
And we should
How does
probably,
it
because I
stand?
believe this is their only fusion monster. I think they didn't get a new
Yeah.
one.
Yes, it's the only one. I kind of wish they would give them a second one that's sort of like an upgrade to this one.
They should, just because I'm trying to pull it up right now so I can throw its card up in there. But Fusion of Fire is also a, like, if I remember rightly, a pretty decent card.
Yeah, it's super pull. As I can recall, is you can use either from hand or field, using a Link Monster and the Salmon Great card, and summon this card.
It's also a pretty sick art because it's a poly art, but it's with fire, but
With
also it's purple fire.
Yeah, purple and red fire.
I love the art.
Yeah,
I just think it's a really
Looks
weird
neat.
angle in the card.
yeah.
So,
Like, Mark pulled up the anime art and it looks so much better.
Yeah. The Fusion
no, I
Fire
think
is
he is
their-
a guy who looks a little better in motion.
Yeah, they're in archetype. I think when this guy attacked, it was just everything blazed forward and just charged forward and slashed. That's pretty much what all of it happened.
So, Violet Chimera is a Fire Cybers Fusion, level 8, like most of the things we talked about, 28-2000. It is 1 Salmon Great, 1 Link Monster. If this card is Fusion summoned, you can make it gain attack equal to half the combined original attack of the materials used to summon it until the end of this turn, so it becomes a big guy. Once per battle during damage calc, if this monster battles a monster whose current attack is different from its original attack, quick effect, you can double this card's attack during damage calc only. If this card was fusion summoned using Violet Chimera as material battles a monster, that monster's attack becomes 0 during damage calc only. So this guy has like 3 different attack modulation effects in it, all of which are decent. So this is a great OTK tool, but also just a great tool to get over things.
Yeah, the max attack this guy can get to, I think, is so you're 2800 plus I think another 2900 because 5800 is the max for any sort of, because 2800 is the max for any summon great attack points, then 3000 for Link Monster. They'll
And
actually wait.
Fusion of Fire. First of all, I want to say we haven't talked about the spell traps yet, and I don't know if, like, genuinely, I don't know if we will at this rate. How long have we been going? God, fucking 3 hours. We might have to do a part 2 of this. Take a break and come back because we've been here a long time.
Yeah.
And we're
We
at
actually
the end
had
of
a decent
monsters now.
amount of people,
Yeah,
and
we
there
just
was a
people.
lot of yapping.
It's good. We
It
like
was
them,
the
but we can
first
stretch
wave.
this out to a second one. That'll probably be 2 weeks from now, not 1 week, because we got to do the Patreon one that I'll check on in a second.
Yeah.
That's okay. We can talk about like the topologic dragons and stuff as well, and do a double fold episode. But anyway, what I was saying is this, we haven't talked about the spell traps yet, but most of the spell traps have this really neat thing where Salmon Greats are one of the kings of the parentheticals. Lots of them have names that do not include Salmon Great, and then they're just like, fuck you, this card's always treated as a Salmon Great card. Fusion of Fire is that, so it is a Salmon Great spell trap, but also is a fusion spell trap, because it says fusion in it. So that's great. And it just says, as mentioned before, fusion summon a Salmon Great fusion monster from your extra deck using monster from your hand or field. From hand and or either field, sorry, as material. You only activate one fusion of fire per turn. So it is, in fact, a non-quick play Super Poly, but also you can just play Super Poly in this deck. But no, I think it's kind of crazy. That's probably why they haven't, because it is a slow Super Poly. But also, Super Poly's only really broken because it's a quick play that you can't interrupt.
Yep.
Spell speed 4. So, like, Fusion of Fire is okay.
Fusion of Fire.
I would definitely love to see some more fusion targets for Salmon Great.
Yeah.
That could be fun.
Also, just a side thing here, just for the Flaming Mist's name, which he just goes over, is like, in kanji, my name means Indomitable Soul Dream. Otherwise sounded out as flame.
So, yeah.
Which is terrifying.
That's all of like the first block of Salmon Greats. Like I said, we haven't talked about all their spell traps. They have a lot of really good ones, but it's let's see, 10 p.m. already. Yeah, we've been going for like 3 hours. I'm okay to wind it in and come back later.
Yeah, this is a good stop point.
Because, like I said, all their spell traps, well, not all their spell traps. Some of their spell traps are more mid, but most of their spell traps are pretty iconic. And then they do have a whole like wave of extra support. So let me.
Yeah, I think the max attack when I got to this card too was like 11,600 against the 0 attack point monster. It was just like instant dead.
Yeah, you can pump this guy's attack pretty good. All right, well, I'm looking at it, and it finally happened, chat. The pick was Hieratics. Finally, we get to talk about Seal's Pass. And
I get to
the
make
ball.
fun of Smart.
Also, Giselle, who always picks this back somehow and goes into.
I don't know. I don't know why Doug. I mean, I do know why Doug always picks it, because it's a branded hieratic pack. But also, like, he's always like, but the hieratics. It's like, Doug, I tried to make hieratics work in our Prague series. It fucking didn't. Especially because I think the rarities in Master Duel are similar to the rarity spread in real life, where like the 6 is like a super and the 8 was an ultra. Fucking. Hieratic's funny, but we get to talk about it, but it's not great.
Yeah, the only good hieratic
I can for like
only
the
good
first
hieratic.
few weeks of a limited series.
Yeah, the only good hieratic card was the Link monster.
Yeah, Seals is. I mean, literally.
That's not necessarily true.
I mean, you can play
the Xyz
ball.
saw some play.
That's actually true. I think the Xyz are generic enough that they can see some play. But yeah, no.
Okay, Barbarian Sun Dragon.
The extra deck is pretty decent.
Like Galaxy Eyes.
Yeah, Galaxy Eyes likes the 8 as well. And they made a new one that's also pretty playable.
Also Blue Eyes.
Yeah, Blue Eyes as well. Before they got fucking Indigo Eyes. Can't believe they did that.
Indigo Eyes.
There's never been a more.
I like Indigo Eyes because it sounds like a fucking like 90s gay club anthem.
Indigo
Also,
Eyes Silver Dragon or whatever.
Why does it feel
Please tell me it's not silver. Oh, that makes it even worse.
Why does it feel like Indigo Eyes just feels like Kaiba's just shitting on Joey in some way?
It is literally
it is
Indigo Eyes Silver Dragon. Yeah.
Oh, that's such a like a I'm an 8-year-old and I'm making a Yu-Gi-Oh card ass card.
Also, I think we've looked at this guy before, but just so chat can be reminded, Indigo Eyes is ugly as fuck. I'm sorry. Like he's so weird. He's got a helmet, but it's like fused to his skull. It's a try-hard Blue Eyes. We just glued armor plates to Blue Eyes White Dragon, and it's not good.
You know what gets me the most is that his proportions, like his limbs, feel like Liefeldian to me with that weird fucking comic book artist, because they've got tiny arms, but thick as fuck muscular thighs. Like
Liefeld.
So weird. Yeah.
Liefeldian is the correct term.
Yeah,
I would say it's not quite Liefeldian because if it was Liefeldian, their body would be a toothpick, but both their arms and their legs would be ripped as shit.
It's a weird
But
one.
you understand?
I think I only know about that guy's comic name because of Top the Fourth Wall.
But this, yeah,
Or-
but no. So like they have decent Ixies plays in eights. Eights is good, but yeah, that worked for hieratics, and like because of that, you could do certain combos with seals into the normal monster. You know, the ball. So that'll be a good one to pick up. And I gotta add to probably next week's poll. I'm gonna add BES from me just because they're getting new support, but also I'm so shocked we haven't done that because I don't. Other than maybe, like, the original Allies of Justice or something, I don't know of a more, like, fail portrayal perfect archetype to just be like, look at these cards. Don't they look cool? They don't do fucking shit. They suck. They're terrible. They're all bad ideas.
They're just like, you just walk to almost some rich person who has all of them and is just like, do you even play them? No.
Look how shiny these guys are. All right, but that will be this week's Fail Portrayal. Be sure to pop by tomorrow for our next Final Fantasy XIV stream. Thanks for joining as always, guys. Check us out on Patreon if you want to vote in the polls. You can't vote in this month's poll, but like I said, there'll be a poll next month where we'll get to add some stuff, and we will correctly remove archetypes that are redundant. We'll add some new ones in that have not been done before. And yeah, thanks for showing up. And if you want to see me play some Yu-Gi-Oh, like I said, yesterday I needed a bonus stream, so we streamed Master Duel for a little bit. Count how many times I get to make Disaster True King of All Apocalypses. And yeah, that's going to be it. So we'll see you next, Tim. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Wait now. God, fuck you, Dallas.
What?